Yo, it's Yo, it's Josh in the lie, mic check on the scene. Dropping knowledge in between red and blue extremes. The woke got a sermon, the holy got a choir. We're here to light a match when the world's on fire. Caught in the crossfire, they left no escape. Both sides throwing shade like it's fashion to fake. We ain't here to preach, just clearing the static. Two voices steady, common sense automatic. We're stuck in the middle, can't take no sides. Glads and patriots, call the truth we provide. Not left, not right, just facts and stride. Josh and Allah, bringing balance worldwide. Politics these days like a funhouse mirror. Twisted reflections, nothing's getting clearer. The left chants woke, the right claims divine. We're out here searching for a straighter line. Can't sell her to the noise or the headlines flash. Both wings flapping but the birds still crash. It's a tug of war and we're stuck in a rope. But middle ground's where we're planting the hope. Plague, they call us crazy, say we're dreaming in vain. But we're speaking for the ones caught in the strain. From the diners to the streets, from the farms to the coast. Josh and Eli, break it down, that's the show we host. Break down, break down, break down, that's the show we host.
My God, I didn't even mute that whole time.
Yo, maybe they heard you saying all those curse words under your breath.
Oh yeah. That's how I roll.
Definitely.
Surprise racism right out the gate.
I see, and that's how we roll tonight. That's right. 2 shows on the days we dadgummit said we're gonna do them on. Tuesday and a Thursday. Will they or won't they do a Saturday show? Probably not, right?
Probably not, but by God, let's see.
Yeah, you got to wake up balls early on Sunday,
algorithm.
Right?
Sorry, say again?
You got to wake up balls early on Sunday, correct?
I don't know at this very moment, but I know I got some days off next week. But time shall tell. We shall see. By God. How
you doing, bud?
What can I say? For one, it is great to be back during this time. There are so many things happening in this amazing, crazy world, upside down country of ours. This is Stuck in the Middle, where we try to cut it into slices that are digestible. If you're new here, welcome. Every opinion is welcome, even if it's an agreement, disagreement. Welcome to the show.
And remember, Stuck in the middle part isn't supposed to be a political statement. We're not saying we're in the middle, but without repeating ourselves too much, as we do every show, Stuck in the Middle is the place where you go and you hopefully take your biases out to approach. So, you kind of approach it from middle ground, stuck in the middle, because that's where Eli and myself have found ourselves throughout time on far as some of the media things going on, as far as some of the politics thing going on. It's like it's so easy to get caught up in what you want something to be. It's a little more practice to be a little more reserved and hold on, let's wait to see everything. So with that said, we're going to speculate the fuck out of shit tonight.
Yeah, that's what we do. By the way, what up, Shamrock, Steve, C-Files? It's good to see all of you people here, and those of you maybe pocket watching or briefly coming on by.
We salute you.
See. We do, and we're so thankful that you're here. With that being said, by God, what has happened in the past few? I know aside
so
from
much.
Yeah.
Like usually we're kind of like, I don't know if we can do a show 2 days because we kind of covered everything. No. So much has happened. We will get to
over
Canada school shooting. We will get to a Texas dad doing some not so cool stuff to his daughter, unaliving her, if you will. We got some Epstein stuff. We have an HGTV new curse word exclusive for Stuck in the Middle. We have that for you. If we have some time, we got some Candace Owens things. There's a few Charlie Kirk things. We're eating good tonight, bro. We're eating good tonight.
With enough support, we will drop and dead name that very new curse word. I may be being a little facetious about that, but regardless. So yeah, let's see. What is the first thing aside from my hey, how you doing, and what I've been doing in life? The first things that I've been hearing around the newsosphere. First off, you open up your social media. What's the first thing you have seen?
You're asking me, or is that a rhetorical question?
Yeah, no. The first thing, with everything happening, and there's no shortage between Pam Bondi making, I think, everybody look bad. I know she's trying her best, but I'm this close.
She's making herself look bad, too. Like, you're saying she's trying to make everyone else look bad, but she's also making herself look pretty shitty as well. She's not doing a good job.
So much so, I mean, the people that have known me on here have seen where I went from left to right, and now she and the DOJ and everything is making it hard for me to want to say I support, this side. But there are people with cooler heads, and I have to remind myself everything does take time, even if emotions are high.
Yeah, so, I mean, how long, though, is this going to take? This guy was originally convicted of some heinous shit in like 2005, right? What are we waiting for? Shit or get off the pot with the Epstein thing. Come on, TikTok. Not the app. I'm just saying, like, time's running out.
Yeah, no, amen. Keep that TikTok away from me. It is poison and infiltration from China.
I tell you.
But I don't know. I wonder where was the pressure for the Epstein files when the Democrats had the ball, right? It's like all the pressure now conveniently is on Trump, but I can't sympathize or empathize. Right? No, I can't. I can't sympathize for him because he made a promise to us all.
He ran on that promise, right? I'm going to release the Epstein files.
Well, some people really dig in and they try to say, no, he didn't. He didn't run on it. He didn't. It wasn't a campaign promise. I'm sorry. I don't know what campaign you were watching. I did, and it was one of the reasons why I went so all in on wanting to see him become the president. That aside, and some other stances that are taken that are viewed as being right, to me, common sense, like, how some of the trans ideology is slipping in and going all crazy and even making the media they're already crazy, but now they're trying to make us crazy with them.
That's par for the course. That's par for the. When haven't they been doing that? Or at least not making us crazy with them, because they would probably say we're not crazy. We're just trying to gaslight these motherfuckers. That's all we're trying to do. Just gaslight them a little bit.
Hey, Jamie, good to see you, sweetie.
Where do you want to...
What's up?
No, go ahead, because I have
a stupid conspiracy theory. I'll try to make the briefest as possible. Like, I think it was sometime after Watergate, and this is pure tinfoil hat of mine. I think the media and all the three-letter agencies came together, and the journalists, and just said, hey, look, the country really looked bad after this, and so did Nixon, like the president. For the government, for this country, let's all make a deal. And I think at some point, the journalism started to lose its integrity somewhere after there. And that can lead right into how everything is being reported with Trump, or how certain events are being reported, even if they're not in this very country.
I feel like journalistic integrity all comes down to if you have or have not been compromised or blackmailed, Like, they got something on me, so I'm not gonna talk about this one, because that might get them to release the shit on me that I do not want out there. So I'm gonna just pretend that doesn't exist. Like, you wonder how much that is the case too. And also, there's obvious case there of just people being people, just having their inherent biases. Like, they're not being nefarious; they just see it how they see it.
Yeah, right. And the network, if you see it in the way that they appear to want to frame things, you are rewarded, and then you become some sort of an icon and celebrity. And that's where we, as the people, have dropped the ball. and we've let them run with it too long. Maybe this is why streaming culture is going where it's going and as big as it is, but they failed us unequivocally. I'm going to dig right in with my fork and stick it in the meat of there was a little shooting.
You want to do that first? I felt like what you were doing just there was like, just fuck it, let's get into the Epstein thing. But you were going this way and I went that way.
I was going with two directions because I do feel everything we have to talk about is pretty much covered under the branch of the media driving us crazy, hyping us up, and we're losing the truth of the story. They keep on talking about the forest and never the tree, and that's the case with this shooting. That's the case with the father-daughter unaliving event and the Epstein files.
Here, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? We're going to leave it up to the audience. We're going to say Bondi or Canada. All right? You guys pick which one you want us to get into first. Because Eli and I, we literally just stalemate. We almost butted heads for a second. I thought I was about to say, fuck it, let's just get into the Epstein stuff because you had this nice, beautiful monologue leading up to the Epstein thing. I was like, you know what? F it. We'll get into the Epstein stuff. Right now,
was me literally being bipolar and going like with I wanna leave it so maybe Josh can take a choice here, but yeah, let's see.
We will be talking Epstein. About it's both. Epstein. Yeah, no, we're gonna get into everything. It's a show. We're gonna be here for a little bit. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna have some fun, but we will kick it off with Epstein since that seems to be the it's going up and down, but the majority is Bondi, too hot to handle.
Well, Bondi has disappointed a lot of us. Shamrock, I've seen some of your posts. Please subscribe to Shamrock's channel. By the way, Jamie, I know where your heart is. I know how you feel. Craig, welcome, brother. And C-Fowls, man, I know we're all I know you view it all as a show and a circus, and it is.
You kind of have to. I do feel like you have to view it as a show because when you view it as a show, you don't really have a dog in the fight. You're just kind of viewing it. To me, that is like the true essence of a stuck in the middle thing. Like I'm looking back at it. I'm looking at it as this kind of I'm not, even though America has something to do with me, it matters what happens here. I'm kind of looking at it as, oh, this is all fake. This is all make believe. And I want to see how the show turns out. And I know that guy's the bad guy and that guy's the good guy. And this person's bullshitting and this person's telling the truth. So it would almost behoove the American people to treat it as that, just to look at it almost unbiasedly. Just, all right, I'm going to take all the information in and not take in information rather that fits how you want it to be. You're just
Unfortunately, that would be the wisest way because we wouldn't have, hey Snooks, we see you. Snooks says, stuck in the middle, howdy Eli and the other man.
I know.
We love you here.
Hello, other YouTuber.
If we could detach ourselves, but it's just not going to happen. The things that are being discussed right now, especially right now, they're too deep, too personal, too evil to just watch it as a show. But here we are. So, yeah,
this is
the
Bondi.
first things I've seen today after work, I started digging right into Pam Bondi's little performance.
Oh, she is just getting plastered all over the internet, all over social media, whether you're right or left. You're like, she didn't do a good job. Or I mean, some people think she did, but she really, it seems like we call this a crash out, maybe almost close to a crash out. She's just like, hey, what's up with this? And she's like, what, have you seen that over there? No,
and she's not wrong about some of the things she brings up. However, she is there specifically for one fucking reason, and for her to pretend that was not the case was cringy, and it felt like she was perpetuating evil. Yes, she's got a tough job. I know but on that same note, her loyalty should not solely be to Trump, which is probably the dumbest thing I've ever said, but it should be to this country and the truth.
Well, that would be like, we could then extend that statement to every politician, not just Pam Bondi, but like literally every politician in America should not be for themselves or the administration. They should take their country's pride over all of that. But here we are. Stuff like that doesn't happen. It's more about my team and my feels.
A quick shout out to we have a parody of our homie, our number one fan, obsessed fan, Marty, saying him and Kenny are tight. They are lovers, and we will not break them up. And I just want to say,
That's
they
so
have
cute.
something. Yeah, they have a beautiful relationship. We would never encroach on something so pure.
Yeah, just for the record, I'm very pro LGBTQ, so I'm very happy for Marty and Kenny. I'm glad that they've officially kind of come out of the closet, if you say. So I'm glad to see this this love flowering so publicly.
Yeah, there's something I've been wrestling with that I have to mention. I'll make it brief, but it's kind of breaking news, and I feel here's a little context with the way Sir Marty has chosen to lie about me so openly and not, never come clean, concede. I gotta tell the truth for once, but I gotta use a term, all right?
Okay. What do you got?
Allegedly, guys, allegedly, and I don't know what kind of troll this is. He prides himself on being the master troll. Everybody, King Local Troll, Martin, has allegedly, and I don't know why, sent me some kind of a penis pic.
Oh! Are you kidding me?
I hope so. I mean, the
Wow.
blue beard was there,
Wow.
right?
Was it sitting next to a little microphone or something like that too?
Microphone, and there's even some blue.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just putting that out there, man.
It's
and it's not like that. All right? I know you like to glaze us, and I'm most of your videos and your lives, even though you delete and undelete. It's amazing, but when it comes to the pics, man, just kibosh that, please.
it's
Oh,
almost like
there he is.
it's almost like this meme is coming true.
Oh, don't deny it,
we have no
Marty.
audio.
Allegedly, you sent it. It's disgusting. It's gross. Please stay out of my DMs. I don't know how you got my number. I don't know who you're talking to. Do not send me unsolicited dick pics. It's not cool. Okay.
All right. One more time. Let's pretend that never happened. And I say, oh, this meme's it's coming to life like this meme.
Wiener, 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 wiener.
For those of you who don't know who we're talking about, which I'm sure most people in this in our show right now are all OG people, but the gentleman that was just in the middle of the screen, he's what some YouTubers would consider a lol cow. So that's why we kind of we bring him up from time to time, because he is just, you can almost feel bad for him sometimes. Like, all right, he wants a little attention. Let's give him a little, hey, how you doing, bud? Is everything okay? We'll make a little YouTube, and then he'll take all of our content and go crash out the next day. So at the very least, we can offer him content.
A little, yeah. He thrives off of reacting to, with the one chatter and the hate views and the short game strong. Keep it up, keep growing. I'm rooting for you. Just, and I'm not going to prove the dick pic thing. It will get kicked off YouTube. What the fuck? But anyway.
Yeah, like, how would you even prove that? Like, meaning, what platform would you upload that to prove it? Like, you're just going to have to take his word for it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, just like Eli voted for Hillary Clinton, and everything else that came out of that man's mouth, including the spit on his pregnant wife. But okay. Anyway, so the show, Pam Bondi.
Yes, the show. Back to the show real quick. All right, Pam Bondi. So this is going to kick off the whole Bondi Fest. Bonsai Fest? Bondi Fest? Something like that. We'll get there. We'll work out the kinks to that festival.
Work in progress.
Yeah, work in progress. But this was the first video of this whole thing that I saw. And she was being asked questions about the Epstein thing. She's like, why are we not all paying attention to this? And like, this is where I was like, oh, okay.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. we should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan.
I would have mind my P's and Q's the whole time. Be like, yeah, oh, that's great. But what about the SAing of minors? You know what I mean? I would have let her, good, it's fine, you can do that. But let's get back to the SAing of minors, if I may. You know what I mean?
Perhaps finish first.
No, I was just saying, don't give in to like what she's doing, like her obfuscation, her filibustering.
The obvious deflection. She couldn't be more obvious given what is being discussed. And to pivot to that, another clip I saw is like, you won't talk about Ivana Zaruski. I mean, and she has to be reminded, we are here. You are here for the specific reason to give the American people an explanation. Everything in the way that the files are being handled, I mean, double redacted when the bipartisan senates were able to get access. They were able to get 60 pages. Some of them were double redacted. This I learned from CoffeeZilla. And victims' names being open to the public. And they also got 6 more names. So, we learned another billionaire was on there. Shocking. And a Saudi Arabian prince. Whatever the case, though, her doing the deflecting, it's taken away from any credibility she has. And Kash Patel also telling us literally, what was it? Let me try to quote. He tried to tell the American people that Epstein wasn't even a trafficker, or he wasn't trafficking here. 94% of the American people that took this poll disagree with him.
Right. It is going to be interesting too when we play. So Alex Jones today was on PBD podcast, and there's 2 specific clips that I pulled that are in regards to him talking about the Epstein thing that I think would be a good juxtaposition to the next 2 clips that we are about to play. One being the Thomas Massey clip, and the other, forgive me, I don't know how to say her name, Jayapal, Representative Jayapal. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce her names, but they are going to talk about the survivors and essentially their names not being redacted. So let's go ahead and play those 2 clips, and then we'll get into the 2 PBD clips, and we'll continue with more Pam Bondi stuff. But I felt like what I heard today from granted, it's Alex Jones, take it for what it is, but I felt like it was good enough just to absorb, to at least have to have at the ready, so to speak, when you're being presented with some of the other side's information.
Something to bear in mind as we're digesting.
That's actually a fantastically 1,000% better way to put it. Bear it in mind. That's all it is.
What up? No reply. Welcome.
Right.
All right, let's see this.
Right. So let's get to. We'll get to Jayapal first. And this is where she's going to ask all the survivors. You know what? I'm going to let her do her thing.
Okay, appropriately so.
Survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice.
Now, do you see specifically she emphasized this?
Oh, not before, but now very tactful. Yes.
She really emphasized the word this. And it's like, I guess if they're retrying the case or they want to hear it again, they already had, if they've already went to the other Department of Justice, and however long this has been going on for, the one before that, what would it do again to have the same statement entered in again? You know what I mean? Like, you're maybe just to see if their story lines up again, but just her specific questioning of, have you ever been interviewed by this administration? I was like, that's, as Candace Owens says, that's kind of weird.
It's a political point on a scorecard right there. And that, I could only hope those that aren't watching this for entertainment, which I think is impossible because it's grotesque, we should be a little mad that she is still trying to score political points, given the nature of what she's doing. They both
are. We should be mad at both.
Every time.
All of our politicians in who's in. I mean, maybe except Thomas Massey, right? Maybe except MTG rather. They're very They just want it out for better or for worse. But let's continue with her.
Your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice.
All of them.
Please know for the record that every single survivor has raised their hand. Attorney General Bondi, you apologized to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
It almost sounds like she was mad that the Epstein files got released, the way she phrased that for a second. Like, wait, you don't want the files to be released? I don't understand, lady.
Acceptable
Well,
release.
she didn't until Trump would be the one to, answer to his feet to the fire.
Through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information.
Congresswoman, you sat before Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General
Twice.
Bondi.
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time.
Yep, no, I don't want you to, and also, too, by the way, all these House meetings, they're all for show to begin with. Nothing ever happens through these things. It's all grandstanding. They both just want to have their clippable moment. She doesn't want Bondi to respond. She's going to reclaim her time. She doesn't want her to point anything out that will go against what she's talking about. So it's not really there. It never feels like people really want to hear the other side. They want to hear themselves talk real quick. They want to attempt a gotcha. And then if they try to wiggle out, I reclaim my time. And then they'll have the next representative grant the person who was trying to respond, I'll give her my time. It's so fucking, she's going to talk regardless, but she didn't talk under my time.
See, that was always something inherently bad, especially with our politicians, which I'm just angry at just about damn near all of them right now. But in the age of the internet that we are in, yes, damn it, it feels like all of them are more so interested in getting that viral moment, getting that something that will get their support up and help their own personal algorithm, if you will.
And it makes sense. I understand why they want that, because like you just said, it helps them. It gets attention to them. It helps their point. So no one really gives a fuck about the truth more so than they care about winning. It feels like.
That is the Coliseum that we've been watching for time, in infinite now. Yeah. It's all about wanting to win. It's not really about achieving anything righteous anymore. I still like the policies Trump has enacted in many areas. I love that he's strong on immigration, this, that, and the other. The big, beautiful bill. Trump, our ex, but
you're fumbling how this is being handled. Everything comes from him. He's the guy in charge. The whole idea, some other person posted on my social media, it's not my fault. You're the guy in charge. He's representing you. You are at fault. It's the same thing. These files are coming out under you.
Yeah,
what you got?
Sorry.
Yeah,
no, go ahead.
Nope.
Because I'm going to read a comment. Please do.
Gone. It's gone.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
All right, my bad.
No.
Remember, I'm on that Red Bull.
Yep.
So some of you know cannabis conservative, friend of the show, personal friend, proud to call him that. I made a big kind of emotional post. I should try my best to not get emotional, but how can you not? I see my friends' hearts breaking. Our country's heart is breaking. So to not be emotional regarding the Epstein anything, that's kind of crazy work to me.
The Epstein stuff is some pretty sick shit. So I think everyone is allowed a little leeway with their emotions. A little grace in regarding all the fucking crazy shit coming out of these files.
So maybe that's why it's so damn challenging to hear the people that I know they're invested because they believe it. I know he is a journalist, accredited and all of that. So when we hear again someone trying to say, calm down. These things take time. After all this time, it's a little hard to hang on. So I'm going to quote our friend CanCon here, who I think we should reach out to maybe have another discussion. I don't think people understand how complicated prosecution will be in this case. Nothing in those files is concrete evidence of trafficking. That is something I think bears repeating. Nothing that we're hearing is actual evidence. It's technically hearsay. Even though I think you
Is
could
he talking
make
about?
it,
Is he talking about Jeffrey Epstein or everyone else that's been mentioned in? Like, what does he mean? Nothing is in reference.
well, he put it in all caps. Nothing in those files is concrete evidence of trafficking. That's what he put.
Well, like, let me ask you, what was your post talking about? Was your post talking about, like, did it mention Trump or
Basically,
Trump administration? Did it say anything about that?
I call out my frustration with Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, the DOJ, the FBI, and how hard it was to watch Pam Bondi, and how I'm struggling, like wanting to be, MAGA. I'm just struggling. I'm struggling. So it was in that spirit that my post was, and this is where he chimes in. So after he says nothing in those files is concrete evidence, he says, we've got the files for our court of public opinion. Any comments Patel or Bondi make, and this is important, if this is the case, on it would be admissible in court, especially if it were to show bias. So he says, Goose Fraba, let's see what happens with Epstein after the midterms. In the meantime, and then, he has other priorities as well. He's still trying to prove the election fraud from that other thing. Just right now, I think the heart of America is on this Epstein file case.
It is, and I want to be careful because this is not a shot at Brian whatsoever. But I do feel like a lot of people are like, who cares about the election? We want to know what's going on here. Like, I don't want to wait till after the midterms to figure this shit out. I want it now. But he has a point that until we wait, until after the midterms are over, you're going to be hard pressed to not be able to speculate who's saying things to win the election and who's saying things to not win the election. Like, I'm going to say this so they don't win. I'm going to say this so I can win. So once that has come and gone, it's a lot easier to believe some of the people speculating or making these allegations because there's nothing coming up for another 2 years. It could be a long game. They could be, waging their bets for the presidential election, but there is a good point in there. But I was just kind of giving the devil's advocate to that and saying people don't want to wait till after the midterms to know what's going on. And we're going to have to, obviously, but they don't want to. And it just seems like, why do you, let's just say everyone in the list is a child pedo. Why would we want to wait till after to get them out of here?
I don't want this to be used again as a dangle for us, like, here it is. You want the dollar? Come get the dollar.
Right.
Vote for me again. I don't want to go through that. I
That's a
will
good
feel
point.
physically ill. And you know what? This is not a shot at CanCon either. All right, I respect him immensely. Veteran, journalist, massive accomplishments and milestones in his life. But how can you say nothing, as No Reply just said? I'll read No Reply's comment here. Everybody, even if you're pocket watching, engage. Everybody's word is utilized here. Anybody who says there is not trafficking in the files is not looking. These are... Wait, I'm sorry? No Reply? These are adult... Okay, are we referring to the perpetrators? Let me read it coldly, and then I'll have my what? Anyone who says there is not trafficking in the files is not looking. These are adults, not children. So
These are adults. Well, that is another thing here, too. It's like a lot of... Wait, so what was the implication he just said? So the people who are... Now I'm confused.
Anyone okay. Anyone who says there is not trafficking in the files is not looking. These are adults, not children. That is what was in the chat.
These are adults, not children. Doing the crimes or having the crimes against them.
Are we referring to the adult predators? I assume or hope. Otherwise, I'll give him grace on a follow-up. Epstein was an IPO stock purchaser of Freescale Semiconductors, the company who was the center of the whole flight MH370 plane going missing. Okay. It always gets deeper. It gets deep, and unfortunately, I don't have all of the information at my beck and call. But I think we can almost unequivocally say we've definitely seen evidence of trafficking. Based on what we've seen, I don't know how it works in a court of law. I think just enough of what we've seen and that's been talked about. I don't know how it goes to prove that shit.
I don't know if there's any. So we do have a lot of clips to get through as far as that. So we're gonna try to power through some of these here. And if so, yeah, I didn't even know why I said that out loud. I'm not trying to imply we need to hurry up. I was just kind of saying, holy shit, I had to look down. I don't know what else she has to say in this specific clip. We could move on to Thomas Massey. I'm gonna let it run for another 15 seconds and see if there's anything else interesting in here. But Jaya Powell asked the survivors to stand up. They stand up. She said, if you haven't been interviewed by this Department of Justice, please raise your hand. All the survivors raised their hand. Now the mic is turned over to Bondi to reply. And we left off where Jaya Powell was not going to let her reply.
You sat before Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General
Twice.
Bondi.
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a
Attorney General,
specific question
Attorney General
that
can
I would
respond to your
like
question.
you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
That's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she
It
doesn't
is
like the
my
answer.
time.
So
I didn't see this part.
Mr. Chairman,
Why?
I have asked
Didn't
a
she ask
question.
Merrick Garland this?
I am
Twice, when
reclaiming
he
my
sat in my
time, and
chair.
when I
will
reclaim
continue.
my
So she's not answering the question, but then she's also saying, how come Jaya Powell wasn't so, hey, I need to talk to the Biden DOJ about all this Epstein stuff. Fair, but I guess maybe you could argue the Biden DOJ wasn't running on and advertising that they were going to release all the files.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only, I'll use the term again, grace you can offer the Biden administration. They were not really, at all kind of dangling that in front of us like, hey, the truth is going to come out, which shame on them. And Pam Bondi's not entirely wrong when she reminds people this has been going on for how long, it's been on our radar for how long, so now your timing is just political and convenient. But does Pam Bondi at any point turn around to look at any of those victims?
That's a great question. I did move on too fast. Let's go ahead and look. And
I don't think she did, from what I heard. Hey, Angels, great to see you, honey.
I'm going to 1.5 it real quick and see, and then we'll move on to the Thomas Massey thing. It's one of those things, too, where you can't, if you apologize, you're admitting you did something wrong. And it's like, that's all they want to do. It's going to be a gotcha moment. Like, this isn't, if you admit guilt in one of these hearings, like, you're never going to get charged with anything. It's all for show. So, like, she's not going to, just on that principle of, I can't look like I'm going to lose. They're like, and they all do it. If they get asked a specific question that they know they can't answer, they obfuscate, they filibuster, they try to move on to the next one. If she looks at them and says, I'm sorry. Oh, so you did it on purpose.
The admission.
That
reminds me of CanCon's quote again. It could one of the reasons, and I'm not trying to defend Pam Bondi. I really think maybe she's really stuck between a rock and a hard place. But
it's not about defense, though. I know a lot of the times we got to preface shit like that. Like, I'm not this, but I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't like Biden, but Trump. You always have to preface it with like that who you're not. Like, you don't have to say that. We can just say, hey, we're looking at this, and this to us, to you, to me, doesn't make sense. This, it's so weird. We have to always preface. This is not a defense. It's like,
no. Well, what I am thinking in real time here as we're watching it is, could her lackluster performance and being so defensive and deflective be solely because it is a case that, she could say something that could ruin persecution, this, that, or the other?
That's not even defending Pam Bondi. That's just being logical.
Right.
That's just using logic and applying it, whether it suits the narrative or it doesn't. You're just applying some logic. That's not a bad thing.
There, No Reply does mention something, and it's funny you mentioned this, sir, because we do have something we're going to dig into a little bit. He says those victims are, and I quote, No Reply, are co-conspirators.
Yes,
bro. They are also traffickers.
I'm, as you said, interesting. No Reply brought that up because Alex Jones was on PBD, and he brought up two interesting points that I had never really heard before, or in the way he said it. It hasn't sunk in like that before. Like I haven't been able to kind of, oh, that's a good point. Like I maybe I've heard this mentioned before, but the way in which he said it was like, okay, let's go to Thomas Massey. I think we're done with well, we're gonna see if she turns around. I'm sorry, I'm so scatterbrained tonight, everybody. My apologies.
All good, man. All good. Grush Fraba.
Today was one of those days where like my fingers just didn't work. Like I'd pick something up and it would fall out of my hands. I go to grab something, I knock it over. Like I was all off balance. I was like, what the fuck is going? Like, I was like, it's just been one of those really weird days. So forgive me. Give me a little grace if you could.
You got your flowers and your grace. And I think I know the answer, even though we're about to play it, because I've seen still images, although everything can be taken out of context. I've seen memes trending on X where Pam Bondi's just looking down her way. I don't think she does ever look up at them once.
I'm going to put it on 2X playback just to see.
So let me just what a massive
And how awkward is it for the victims? Like, we're still standing here. It's like they don't give Jaya Pal doesn't give a fuck about the victims. She knows Pam Bondi isn't going to do it. Jaya Pal is using them for her point. She doesn't care. Why is it Jaya said, go ahead and sit down? Listen, survivors, we know she's not going to do it, so you can go ahead and take a seat. It's that they're just making them stand up and feel awkward. Maybe the survivors don't care, but they are literally in the middle of this right now, in the middle of two ladies catfighting.
With this woman. She's doing the
Let me have my
The gentlelady from Washington controls the time. The gentlelady has 17 seconds. You can proceed with your final 17 seconds.
What a massive cover-up this has been and continues to be. Donald Trump made the release of the Epstein files the center of his political campaign because he thought it would benefit him. Then you got into office, Attorney General, claimed to have a client list, only to then say that there was no list. Your deputy, Todd Blanche, met alone with Elaine Maxwell and transferred her to a minimum security.
You see how passionate she is, though? Like, that's where I agree with Pam Bondi. It's like, dude, you're so passionate about getting me. Where was, like, did you...
Where's the consistency?
Maybe she had no idea that the Epstein shit was, maybe it wasn't even on her radar 3 years ago. I'll give her that. Sure, fine. But it's like, God damn, you really learned a lot in those past few years. You really got some piss and vinegar now.
Prison. And now you continue the cover-up, and I wish that you would turn around to the survivors who are standing right behind you, and on a human level, apologize
now recognizes the
on what you have done.
She's not even treating the survivors as human. They are something in her argument right now. Come on.
Like, who's worse in this scenario? The one, like, literally trying to use them as pawns and nothing more. They're props. Or Bondi refusing to look at them. Like, yeah.
I think she looked at him, but she didn't say sorry or anything like that,
Yeah, she didn't, like, get on the pedestal and play the full part and give them what they wanted, being the Democrats, getting the footage they were hoping to get.
Here's Thomas Massey doing something along those lines. He's going to talk about redacted names. And, excuse me, he does make a good point. I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it, but, as far as some people want to hear and some people don't want to hear, he makes a good point.
To my right is an email that was sent by the victims' lawyers to the DOJ. It was a list of names not to redact. A list of names not to release. What did the DOJ do with this email? They released this email in the document production. Literally the worst thing you could do to the survivors, you did. And they're getting phone calls. A lot of these people didn't want to be known.
Here comes the great point.
And we know you touched the document because you redacted one name and you redacted the lawyer's name, but you left the survivor's name there.
It is an odd, like what would be the purpose of that? Like, was it a timing thing? They didn't have time to go through everything. But again, he makes a point. You touched it. You redacted one name. What I would like to know, and I don't know if we will know, but are we sure that the DOJ under Trump redacted this? Could this been redacted under Biden? Like, what how are we to know besides what Thomas Massey is saying right here? I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying what other information do we have to say that this redaction, this edit came from this DOJ? It didn't come from the previous one. It didn't come from even when Trump was in office before Biden, or it didn't come from the Obama one. Like, was this document out there before when everything was redacted, and then this DOJ unredacted everything but the lawyer and the one name? Like, does that make sense? Like, does my question make sense?
It's a legitimate question that I had not considered. I have been operating like I think most people, under the guise that everything that's becoming available is solely because of this administration, when in fact it has been in the hands of our leaders, our presidents, including the Biden and co, this whole time. So I don't know when the redacting really started. So fair.
Yeah.
I feel like Bondi would mention that, though, if she knew. Maybe, right?
But is that just like, is that one of those things where it's futile to even
It is.
suggest, allege, because it's like, yeah, whatever, you're lying about that too. And maybe she doesn't know. I don't know. She should, obviously. She's the fucking AG, but
Next document I want to show you, that was in the title, the victims, survivors' names, all right? The title of this.
So this part, he goes on to mention a billionaire that's in there. I don't know if we care about this part, but it doesn't really fit what we're talking about. I just want to kind of show the redacted names now to get to kind of some of the PBD Alex Jones thing before we then get back to this hearing. So Alex Jones was on PBD, as I just said, as we've been saying, and this clip caught my attention. It's about 16 minutes in, and PBD, I forget exactly the question or the buildup, but I believe I clipped it at the right point. We don't really need that part, but he's going to allude to it. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this a little bit.
What's up, Butcher? Welcome, bud.
To tell everybody that it's far worse than 14-year-old girls. They've just focused on them because here's the thing. I'm not against these women. They are victims. They were under Stockholm Syndrome. But Elon Musk is right. Here's the big secret. What everybody when you're growing up tell you, what the FBI is putting bulletins. Ice cream truck pulls up. There's a kid in the back. I got a puppy. Come see the toy. They use kids, the other kids. The women that they've settled with and then the victims and all this stuff, almost all of them are the women that ended up working for Epstein for years and years and years.
Recruiting other young girls to come to him. For $200, $100.
Absolutely.
You'll get paid.
Absolutely. Some were bought at age, this is public, at age 9 or 10 from their Eastern European parents, flown here.
That's fucked up. Like that, you're bought at 9 or 10 years old and you're flown here to start working for them, and then eventually you become a recruiter for them. How is that not trafficking?
That is one of the strongest points against our good friend, saying what he said. Absolutely. That's so fucking heinous. What's up, working here? Regarding what we were just talking about, welcome, by the way. I don't think I've seen you before. The Epstein files have been in the possession of the FBI since 2019, meaning Joe Biden's people have done a majority of the redacting.
Interesting. That is speculation, but I don't see how they wouldn't have their fingers on some of the Epstein stuff. Because they're trying to find, exactly, and because that whole DOJ was trying to find something to nail Trump on. Like, how would they not be doing that?
Right.
Because literally, since he fucking lost the election, I'm running for the next one, and he started campaigning again almost the next day, like January 22nd. He was out there again campaigning for 47. So it's like they knew that. So why wouldn't they be then searching for shit they could pull up on Trump? Well, they didn't want to show that, he was one of the guys who made the phone call to the cops to say, this Epstein guy, he's a bad guy. That wouldn't look good. We don't want to get that out there.
Is there any, we haven't gone through, the most I've done is a live stream where I went through like 300 documents prior to the 3 million that were released. But I mean, is there any description of what Alex Jones just said about getting them at that age and grooming them to become these workers? I wonder if that was described in any of the files, or if he just made that up.
Was it in the documentary?
Yes. Well, only to the extent that they were finding high schoolers to get other high schoolers. That was in the documentary.
This could be a one-time thing. Maybe he wasn't always doing it. Maybe it was a one-time thing. Again, the Epstein files are all around a guy who's a bad guy. Who are we to take the bad guy's word for everything too? So it's a really weird fine line. Again, just what we always talk about. We believe him on some things, I guess, but some things we don't believe him on. So like everything is speculation. So why not hear all the speculation? And he makes some compelling points.
All right.
Absolutely.
You'll get paid.
Absolutely. Some were bought at age, this is public.
It's public. He says public.
From their Eastern European parents, flown here and then worked for him for decades. And so exactly, they're the ones that manage and run the women. And so when you see these women up there, you have to understand that in many cases, you're looking at people that for 5 years, 10 years worked for Epstein and were part of it. But see, that's how they stop it. Those women then tell a limited story about what was going on. But then you read the names of some of the women, they're in all the emails preparing the beef jerky, walking the beef jerky up. They're in the things preparing it to be sent to the labs, so to be broken down and sent to people. Let's get to the IV bags. They're I'm not trying to put these women down. It's just saying, notice in the hearing yesterday or 2 days ago, they asked Bondi, they said, have you ever interviewed any of these women? And she goes, I don't know. So they asked.
Can you play the clip, Rob?
I'll find it.
Can you play
and they asked the women, and none of them have ever been talked to. But if you look, a couple of women in there were actually girlfriends after they were adults and worked for Epstein for over a decade, and it turns out worked for George Soros. So see, I'm not trying to demonize the women. I'm just saying it's what you're seeing is not what you're actually getting here. Okay. And so,
which that part I could believe, like what we're being presented, like what one side wants to show us is not the full truth. They're trying to present something and give us just enough information to where an implication could be made. We could be outraged, but not give us the full story. You know, like, would it change anything? Like, let's just ask the question. These girls that sat there, and this is just an honest question, would it change anything knowing that, first, Jayapal was saying victims, and they are victims, regardless of what they ended up doing. But would it change anything in your view that Pam Bondi didn't acknowledge them when you found out that maybe half of them, 3/4 of them, were actually recruiting younger girls for Epstein? Even though maybe they've had Stockholm Syndrome and they themselves were recruited, but for, as he pointed out, for 5 or 10 years, they were doing recruiting. Would you feel as remorseful, or would you have as much sympathy for them, you know, as you're kind of being led to have? And it's a very hard question to ask, because I'm not trying like there is, if you're being manipulated into doing something from a young age, I don't know, even when you get older, do you still see it as bad? Like when do you finally come to the realization that what you're doing is not a good thing? But I just feel like that's kind of, somehow it's built into us to know what is good and what is bad at times. So I don't know, it's like, why didn't you run away? It's so easy to say. It's so easy to say that. And I hate that I said it, but it's like the question is there in the back of everyone's mind. Like, if you were implicit in this, why did you just get the fuck out? Yeah, but they were on an island. So and so. Okay.
Hello to Jerbrinska, you saying WTF, they weren't recruiting. I'm going to go as far as saying that it is not entirely true, your statement. And it's in the documentary as well, previous to the files release, where these girls who were groomed were also groomed into becoming
groomers.
Yeah, I don't want to go as far as calling them pimps, but they would get their friends to go over to Epstein's place. It started as massages, and then they'd get paid to bring more girls.
Yeah, what was the high school that we watched on last episode? Like Palm Beach High School, or one of those high schools where it only like the whole Epstein thing started to come out because 2 girls got into a fist fight, and it was overheard that one of the girls fighting was like, "Oh, that bitch is a prostitute," and it like, they did a little investigation. They found like $300 in the girl's wallet, and come to find out she was working and giving massages for Epstein. And then come to find out about 10 to 15 girls from that school were doing the same thing. So to say, or just to so blatantly say they weren't recruiters, is not factual. Maybe they all weren't,
not
sure.
All of them were recruiters.
No.
Please do not get us wrong. We're just stating how the whole operation went down. It became its own network. While it was a network, it also became a network from within on the fly, because people like money, especially people that are poor and they were targeting people that needed the money. These girls needed the money. So we're not trying to demonize anybody, but we are laying the facts out as we understand them so we can all have a full and honest consensus.
But then it just goes back to the question. Does that change your sympathy? And I'm asking the chat as well. Does that change anyone's sympathy? Does it make it worse? Does it make it better towards those girls in the courtroom, knowing that some of them could have been as well, groomers as well?
I'm going to have to find this documentary. It's still on Netflix somewhere. I need to send you the specific episode where, by God, it may have been Virginia too, but one of them articulates what it was like for her to experience being groomed and then getting her friends, and explaining how she would do it. Just be like, you want to make a couple bucks? All you got to do is massage them, playing down what was really going to happen.
They only want one.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I hit pause. It doesn't pause.
No. I think it's fascinating because there's nobody else that can offer this explanation. It's going to be a bad optic for anybody. So I'm just saying the documentary that I watched that came out a few years ago already, I'm going to send it to Josh because it's compelling and interesting to see how somebody finds themselves in this situation, and as they get a little bit older, even past the age of 18, yet choose to continue to do it, it is what it is. They're still victims, but then when you start adding more victims, we're just presenting it as it is.
It's like, this is an extreme example, but the analogy holds true. Somebody at a young age gets SA'd by one of their family members. They're a minor, they get SA'd. What usually happens to somebody like, well, not usually, but what is a very probable outcome for that victim? They then themselves become a perpetrator later on in life.
As often statistically reflected by the majority of, I think, people that do like SA or domestic violence, stuff like that.
So when that happens, are you like, don't worry about what they did to that child because it happened to them? No, you're still like, that was fucked up what you did. I have more understanding now as to maybe why you did it, because it happened to you, and you like maybe it was a revenge thing, or you're just fucked up now because you got fucked up. But you don't like have less sympathy knowing that it happened to them. Kinda, you're like,
no, not at all.
It sucks, but what you did was still bad. Like, you know. I guess maybe you do have more sympathy, but you still have disdain for what they did. It doesn't take away your critique of the bad thing they did just because a bad thing happened to them. You're still like, listen, I that's fucked up what happened to you, but what you did is still bad. It doesn't take it away.
Again, shouting out the documentary where when you see and hear the remorse, and one of these girls who, fortunately some of them survived, a lot of them survived, and when she was of the age of a woman, just started bawling, like broke down completely, feeling nothing but remorse and pain over what she did for these monsters and Epstein.
Right.
So it's all very difficult. Seafells, you're right. This topic could be a whole show, and Angel Wings, I feel you that you can feel both. I think Shamrock also mentioned that.
And I do feel like a majority of the people feel that way, but you should know the full story as far as what some of the quote victims or survivors.
Yeah, look at everything. If you want to have a take that you really hold close to your heart, take it all in, good, bad, and the ugly.
Here is one more clip from PBD. This is Alex Jones. So now he's going to speak on Pam Bondi being torn apart. He's going to talk about people blaming Bondi. He's going to talk about Trump's role in this and kind of what Trump thinks this whole Epstein file is. So here's that. Let me go over here. All right.
I would assume this is something both sides probably do. The other part of it is, the Dems, they only want one person. They want Trump, right? They want to get Trump. This has been going on under 4 presidents that people have been looking at. Why is it that it's fallen on this administration's mishandling of the files? Because right now the left is running with this.
It's a great question, though. Like, did other administrations, the Biden administration, did they not mishandle it just simply for the fact they did nothing with it?
Yeah, the argument could be made they were so much worse because they did nothing but piss on it,
They're saying they're hiding it. Massey and Ro Khanna are coming together. This is not a good look on the current administration.
Well, you just nailed it. But going back to your last thing you said about Bondi, and then I'll cover that, if I may. Even Senator Kennedy, who's a Republican and likes her, he had to tear her up on Epstein. I mean, so even Senator Kennedy had to nail her, and that's because she's been sent in there to sell something that isn't going to sell. And everybody keeps blaming her and blaming even Todd Blanche, who, by the way, doesn't like me. I'm not defending him. They're following Trump's directives. And I said this, about a year ago when the cover-up started, and it's been since confirmed. So it's Trump that thinks it's a distraction and a diversion and a tar baby, which it is. But it doesn't matter because, exactly, the Democrats never wanted to touch it. They covered it up. They controlled the files. That's why there's all these clips going around. I saw today of Don Lemon, just 3 years ago, going, how dare the Republicans try to investigate the Epstein files? This is bigoted, and this is horrible, and this is crazy, and this is terrible. So, yeah, and that's what Trump should be pointing out. You're the pedo party. You're the sexualized kids party. It's all the Democrats that are in these files. But because there are so many big bankers and British royalty in all of it, he has been told, that's what I was told. Again, I've said this probably 100 times. I said Trump has been convinced that it will crash the economy if all these bankers and people, if this stuff comes out, and he thinks it justifies the means, it's too dangerous. And look, Trump, I'm not pushing this, I'm saying let's look at his perspective.
So did you get that? Did you get that? So Trump is under the impression that because there are big banker names in here, a lot of British royalty, that when and if all these things do come out, the economy is going to crash. And he's like, it's not worth it. Like to him, whatever. I can't speculate on what his end goal is, but what's going on right now in his mind is justified, apparently, or like how it's being handled, or some aspect of what he thinks how it should be handled is justified in his mind. Maybe it's not going how he thinks it should be going. Maybe it's being handled improperly or more so differently than how he thought it would be handled. But as far as what he's saying, Trump thinks it's not worth it. He thinks this whole thing is just going to get everybody in the mix, even people who aren't part of it. You're going to, and maybe that needs to happen. Maybe
like a massive crash, like almost not quite.
Are you okay with good people being caught up to get bad people? Because I forget how that saying goes. Like, to catch one bad person, sometimes 10 people get caught, but you let 10 bad people go because you don't want to get one guilty. Fuck, I am totally missing that fucking statement.
I think I do understand the premise here. Welcome, by the way, to you, Kenneth. I think Kenneth says the files were sealed under Biden because of the Maxwell trial. Biden couldn't release them. And I like Brent's take here. The women turning into traffickers is substance in the story, but the men with the money and the power need to be the focus. I will agree with that.
I got it.
And
Blackstone's ratio, before I forget, I'm sorry, Blackstone's ratio. It is better for 10 guilty persons to escape than for one innocent person to suffer. And right now, if what we're being told is true, it's the opposite. A lot of people think it's better for 10 innocent people to suffer so one guilty person doesn't escape. So that's kind of like the question as far as names and the Epstein files and who's being attributed to what.
When you're saying innocent, you're referring to like the people that have nothing to do with this.
I'm just saying like
that would be hurt.
If you've been named on a phone call, right? Like when you're named on a phone call by some other person and you're named second-handedly, you're in the Epstein files.
Right.
Right. So then now you got to be like everyone else who says, well, I wasn't really doing anything suspicious, and you're going to have the same spiel like everyone else does. So how do you know that this guy's telling the truth about how he wasn't involved, but this guy is lying about he wasn't involved? Like, it just becomes so murky, hence why he called it a tar baby, just going to catch everybody.
Okay, I was wondering if that's what I heard accurately. Okay.
We can play a little more.
Yeah, please do. I'm also entranced. Please remember, I read every comment, especially after the show when I'm able to. So just remember, if you provide enough information, I can vet it, look it up. I'm happy to always be enlightened.
And also, too, we are happy enough if, hit 1 in the chat if you want us to do it, but you want us to put the phone number up. Does anybody want to call in? We will go ahead and do that if people are bold enough to get their opinion out there. Not to say we're going to be mean about it, but some people are hesitant to call. So
I do want to ask.
1's in the chat if you want the number up.
Yeah, please do hit one. If anybody feels a little hearkened to give a little call in, we're one of the shows that leaves those lines open. We're not afraid to hear anybody's voice or opinion. And I'm extending that specifically to you, sir, Kenneth. I'm getting a vibe, and please call me out if I'm wrong. I'm assuming you are believing that Trump is like the pinnacle of evil, that orange man bad kind of a thing going on, and you're very angry that Alex Jones is the one we're listening to. So if you have any such opinions that you'd like to refer to us, call in. The number will be up or just hit 1 and enter. And also a side note, even though we may get into it later, I'm glad they asked Bondi why the hell Ghislaine Maxwell is in minimum security jail prison, and she claimed not to know why or how that happened. She said refer to the Department of Prisons. This is another aspect that should be just getting us all pissed off. I don't care if they are intending to butter her up or whatever the case. And she pled the fifth. She's not even giving a shit, but she's in a minimum security facility. And she's hoping for a pardon from Trump. That damn well better not happen.
All right, a little more of the Alex Jones PBD thing.
It's too dangerous. And look, Trump, I'm not pushing this. I'm saying let's look at his perspective. The carbon taxes have been estimated by top experts. They put them in the next decade to kill 2 billion people by starvation and war. Okay, Trump just got us out of the Paris Accord. They've secured the border. They found half of the 500,000 missing children. They've got no tax on tips. The economy is starting to turn around. It goes on and on and on and on and on. Getting men out of women's sports, exposing the NGOs, the election fraud. I mean, it's great. That's why it's paradoxical. I want Trump to succeed, but he has to understand that this has become a litmus test.
They're not going to win here if they continue going this way. If they continue fighting, opening it up, this is just going to make it seem like they're hiding something more and more and more. So what should they do? Should they release the whole thing? Well, what is the right move to make here? And by the way, before you answer that question, guys, you've been asking this for a long time.
That's it. That's just the clip.
Krupp, good to see you, brother. Welcome, Kenneth, with the I am just tired of some like Alex Jones jumping on Democrats are in the files, but ignore that many Republicans are too. All right. My initial reaction. What do you got, Josh?
No, I was just going to say, is there a possibility, what he's saying is correct? There is a lot more of one side in the files than the other.
Yeah, right now.
Is there a possibility? That's all.
I mean, I hope that at the end of the day, I hope we're all united in wanting to see everybody exposed regardless of their affiliation.
Exactly.
Period. Point period. What's up, Spartacus? And that should be the battle that we're all fighting. So, yeah, I don't know. And did he have an answer for when Alex Jones was asked if he would just have it all released? Did he answer?
Well, if you want to see that, we can do that. He said, what can Trump do? So that was the question. I don't know how long this goes on for, but we'll give it a go.
If they hired 5 advisors to go sit in a room with them, these are logical players. You're one of them. What counsel do you give to them?
Well, when I was driving here this morning, I know the White House watches your show. They watch mine, but not as much. But I've been told by the folks that they love your show, and I hope they listen. Look, I know they listen. I've had Mark Mitchell, the pollster, was on my show a few months ago, and they really liked what he had to say. So the vice president brought him to meet with Trump and tried to explain the same stuff. Which Mitchell was on my show yesterday, just saying, "This is you got to stop. He's doing
okay." I think he gets the same.
It's killing Trump. My family, people on the street, my callers, my listeners. I've got my finger on the pulse. I don't need a poll to tell people. People want a rebel that goes after the evil deep state. We cut our teeth exposing the Democrats as the pedophile protection party. It's Keir Starmer was the head judge that wouldn't prosecute one pedophile for 15 years in the UK and protected the Islamic grooming gangs. And then now he's all tied in with all these people at Epstein's Island, and he won't resign. I mean, it's like they're up to their eyeballs in the real stuff, and Trump is just saying, I'm not involved. I didn't do anything. I dropped the dime, which is in the FBI files. Well, where's Trump at a press conference? See, I was an FBI informant. I got him arrested 18 years ago. I broke down Roger Stone 11 years ago before he even ran. So that's what's crazy is, though, he knows there's so much garbage. And that's what they explain. They go, sir, in the last year of Biden, they implemented this tip line. And I was talking to people that were in the cabinet meetings when they convinced him of this. They go, sir, they implemented this tip line. And anybody by fax or email or phone can call in and file a report. So schizophrenic women, like in August, you'll call in and say, I was at Mar-a-Lago and Trump and Elon, raped me. And all of a sudden, it turns out they weren't even at Mar-a-Lago then. Or another report. I was at this golf course this year and Trump raped me and did this. The golf course wasn't built for 5 years. So Trump goes, what? You mean there's a public? And now, sir, you see Jamie Raskin and Schumer. Trump is in the files 1 million times. Well, because it's all, so now they've got this ongoing tip line. So when you hear that there's 3 million more files they haven't given you, next month it'll be 5 million. You understand? Because it's a perpetual motion machine. It's a cornucopia. It just spews it. So I'm not defending this. I'm telling you what Trump's been told. And that's why I said he's told he'll crash the stock market. Bondi yesterday, he'll crash the stock market. It's not like if they had targets they could get, or even a few of their own people they could sacrifice, they do it. They know it's a giant mess of BS and crap. And then the women that are the victims and the survivors, almost all of them were, got into it, and that's how it worked. And we're actually madams, out running these operations. And now they've been recruited, snapped up by the Democrats, and are now on the payroll. That way, all the Democrats that are in there can be protected by the witnesses. Oh, we're not going to talk about kids disappearing or beef jerky. We're not going to talk about one piece of pizza that's glowing and loving, and you're going to love it for 7 people. We're not going to talk about, we'll deliver the...
These are the files?
Oh, yes. We'll deliver the 7, 9, and 12-year-old to the hot tub for your entertainment, Mr. Podesta. But remember, they're children, but they're well-trained, but you got to, And it's not just, it's also in the...
So, it is good points. He's saying, there are things in the files that they're not bringing up, but they are, it's always about... So, it goes back to the same thing. It's cherry picking.
Cyclical.
Yeah, but it's cyclical. It's cherry picking. I'm going to use this. I'm only going to talk about this because it's going to help me on my case. I'm on the right. I'm only going to talk about this because it's going to help me in my case. It really is. It is a hot mess. And I'm not saying... This thought crossed my mind many times. I do wonder if this thing is just such a clusterfuck that was one of the reasons why. Just don't even, don't let it out, but just don't do this. Don't just release everything. There has to have been a more strategic way to release some of this information than what this administration did here.
Yeah, and in the act of finding how to do that, I guess they're literally freestyling, so that there's mistakes everywhere. We're all, I think collectively we can all admit we're upset, we're angry, and I wish it's a pipe dream that there would be a bipartisan effort at some point where they just work together. We're going to redact these victims' names. We're going to expose these rich motherfuckers here, whatever the case. And it's
I almost wonder if Trump got played.
What? Sorry?
I almost wonder if Trump got played here, pushed into this whole release the files kind of thing. We know it's a clusterfuck.
Put himself there.
No, for sure,
that pisses me off.
Maybe a little bit of manipulation, but it's hey, look, this is such an important thing, and he keeps being told it's an important thing. So hey, I want to be important. I'm going to release the important thing, and then once he gets in, he finds out it's a clusterfuck. He's okay. It's not what I was told. Let's just go ahead and not do this. But now he's ran on it for so long and talked about it for so long. Now he kind of has to do it. So I wonder if some part of that was let's not release it now. Let's talk about it. Let's get people worked up about it. So that way, when the next administration comes along, they almost kind of have to release it. And they may release it so haphazardly that it may work out. And it may, if you just released it strategically and about things that really mattered, you might have more of a concise focus. But now you just fucking balled up a bunch of fucking whatever, you balled a bunch of shit, you just threw it at the wall. And now both sides are going to try to see what sticks and what they can go with, whether it be the truth or whether it be bullshit.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's playing out too. I just think we don't have to accept it. It is what it is. There's nothing more to add. The end game, we all want the truth as barren as possible, but there are people that have their jobs that have to look ahead and see the forest for the trees, to think about the chaos and the stocks and all of the profit what happens financially to us as a country when all the names come out.
So much damn speculation on this Epstein case. You want to see Bondi get asked about who had Ghislaine moved?
Yeah, there's
maybe 2 or 3 more Bondi clips, and then we can move on from this whole thing, because it is just endless speculation, and it almost does get a little tiresome. It's
no doubt. And then while this is happening, everything that is happening in the world is talked about as if it was a distraction. So it's annoying, it's infuriating, and there's no win that comes out of this until the truth is set free. But even after the truth, apparently, there's going to be damage done. There it is. I don't know.
All right, let's go ahead and go to Bondi being asked about who moved Ghislaine.
Consent?
Yes, please.
This is a bear with us too. It's like a 6-minute video, so we got to kind of maybe fast forward at some parts if we're not getting to it.
Even
I don't know where it starts though. I don't know when it starts. Do you know when it starts? If I jump halfway through, are we going to miss the question part? This is a very poor prep on my part.
Getting like it's all right. Just get in the middle part here.
Are you sure?
That's what I'm going with.
How about we let maybe like 30 seconds right at the beginning?
Okay.
He's recognized.
All right.
Mr. Chair, I have a few unanimous consent requests. I would like to submit into the record this New York Times article titled "Alex Preddy's Friends and Family Denounce Sickening Lies About His Life." I also would like to submit this Daily Mail exclusive interview with Vice President J.D. Vance titled "J.D. Vance Refuses to Apologize to Alex Preddy's Family After..."
So far, I think you're onto something because she's talking about Alex Preddy, but okay, hang on. We're almost there. We're at 23 seconds in.
Spreading ICE assassin claim. One more. My last submission request is a New York Times article titled "FBI Agent Who Tried to Investigate ICE Officer in Shooting Resigns."
Without objection.
Thank you.
The chair now recognizes the gentlelady from North Carolina.
Thank you.
What the fuck was the point to put that one in there? Like, what? Whoever clipped this, Forbes, you're dumb. Okay.
Well, just quick. Oh yeah, and go for the double speed, like the 2x. But a quick reminder, like in this whole war, this destruction, this demonism that is the Epstein case and files, it has been talked about in this very hearing how FBI agents took out civilians. This is fucking insane. Like, I'm gonna watch this whole damn thing instead of clip after clip after clip, but it just absolutely blows my mind. I think Dan Liu, or I can't keep
Ted
up.
Lieu.
One of them brings up how one of the victims, one of the outspoken victims that was gonna give testimony at some point, had her head was unalived and under mysterious circumstances, and somebody talked about it in front of somebody else, and they haven't subpoenaed. It's such a shit show. But we're talking about FBI unaliving civilians. That's something I need to personally look into before I bring it up any further.
Yeah,
all right,
that's pretty fucked if true. Well, don't worry, we'll get to ICE arresting American civilians in a second, because people say, "No, that's not true." Well, it actually happened. So. We got some condemning to do coming up.
Okay.
In a little
all
bit
right.
here. We'll get there. We'll get there. Stuck. We're here all night.
Mr. Chairman, Attorney General Bondi, I think you and pretty much everybody else here and throughout the country believes that convicted sex offenders don't deserve special treatment or privileges in prison. And yet Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator, received perk after perk in prison. In July, she had a 2-day interview.
Dude, I used to do like a bunch of perks a day. And she received perk after perk. That's what's up. She's getting the hookup,
life,
right?
On my biggest fuck it days, sometimes I'll think back to the dark days and be like, "Were they so dark?"
Remember those? They weren't that dark. They were more blue, but you know,
very blue.
Prison. In July, she had a 2-day interview with your deputy and President Trump's former defense attorney, Todd Blanche. Just days after that, Maxwell was transferred from a federal correctional institution in Florida to a minimum security camp in Texas.
And she got a puppy, right? She was able to take care of a puppy dog. So it's not
Are you
even
shitting me right now?
No,
Is
I'm
that
not.
real?
I'm not. Look it up. Look it up. Ghislaine Maxwell puppy.
The fuck?
I could be
No.
bullshit. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna find out.
Pretty sure, if I remember correctly, IIRC.
Okay, it pops up pretty quick. So, a puppy and unlimited toilet paper. Legal experts say.
I mean, I don't really care about the unlimited toilet paper. What does that?
Yeah.
What does that have to do? Oh, well, nope. You reach your limit. You got to use your hands now.
All right. I just went for the AI summary. Maxwell was allegedly allowed to play with the puppy, training to be a service dog, a perk typically restricted for other inmates and staff. Custom meals. Whistleblowers alleged her meals were specially prepared by staff and delivered directly to her cell. What the fuck? These included late night gym access, private exercise time, and special visitor arrangements. This is the okay. Like, Epstein may be alive. I've only come to recently start believing that. But this bitch that we know is full of evil every step of the way. She was getting this treatment, and she's currently in a minor
Minimum,
minor security facility. What the fuck are we doing? This is on Trump's watch. This is something Bondi can't answer for. I need something. Somebody's got to explain that to me.
It feels like she's got to be like a witness, or like, you know, she turned state or something like that. But also, too, maybe she's that important where the reason why she's not getting special meals because she's special. She's not getting special rec time because she's special, but they're concerned about people taking her out via poison or in the rec, like, even though it's minimum security. So maybe it's just a, you know, she's getting the same, and this is just me speculating, I could be completely wrong, but it would make sense. Like, she's getting the same meals as everyone else is, but it's being specially made for her. So there's no, because usually inmates, they're making the meals, you know, like they're in control of stuff of that. So maybe they have somebody else doing that they're watching, so they consider that a special meal. You know, maybe she's going to the rec yard at a special time because you got a bunch of weights and shit like that there that somebody else can use to fucking smash her fucking head in because she's a piece of shit. So maybe it's not necessarily special, but they're making it separately from all the other ones because she did turn state. The puppy dog thing, I can't explain whatsoever. I can't play devil's advocate on that one at all. But the other two, it's like, I could see that being the case. Like, it's not like she's getting like these specially prepped perfect chef meals, but it's specifically made away from the other inmates so no bullshit can happen. Maybe because in the coming months, years, she's going to testify and spill some beans.
Well, I mean, her pleading the fifth doesn't help any, you know, of this. She's pled the fucking fifth. She's literally telling everybody to our faces that she's not going to offer anything of substance. And
right. And once you plead the fifth, and then you essentially like the case gets thrown out or you can't get tried, like there's a thing called double jeopardy. So then you can come out and talk about it and get information out and maybe not be charged on this information. So maybe she pled the fifth for a court case to then soon come out and reveal more things that she can't get charged for. I don't know.
I hear you, and you know, this is all a part of what we do at the show. We try to provide every angle, and that includes a lot of speculation.
Because what better person to court and get on their good side? So, like, she was his second-hand woman, man.
Yeah, second in command, the closest we got.
It would make sense. They're trying to figure something out for her.
Yeah, but just you know.
I get it. I understand.
It's not going to sit well with anybody with two brain cells, but we also understand they're playing a game with her. I just the idea that she's having any sort of luxury, special time, special gym time, guests, that more time with visitors than others. It makes me kind of ill.
Yeah. No,
that's
for sure.
I guess I suppose that's the game. That's not going to be the answer that does it for me. But I suppose that's the fucking game. She better pony up.
Like, it makes it ill, like in a cool, like has ill, like a cool way.
Yeah, that's yeah, no.
Oh
no,
shit,
not in any cool way.
Like a bad way.
What up, Actions and Shep? Welcome.
We got the Ted Lieu clip and we got the Jasmine. Oh, we got to finish this one first. Derp.
Which she, as a sex offender, would normally be ineligible for. At this new facility, as the ranking member talked about, and by the way, it's nicknamed Club Fed. We've heard reports that she's...
Dude, this is a stupid one to correct, but all minimum security things are club fed. Stop it. Stop it. There's not one in particular that is nicknamed club. Any minimum security federal prison, they call club feds. A club med, like, it's all of them. All minimum security, they call it. So easy with this one is nicknamed club. They all are. It kind of makes it worse, actually. You could have said they all are, implying that no matter which minimum security one she went to, it would have been a club fed.
Yeah, she's not hiding her bias here, at least. No, another political point scored.
Yep.
We should have a counter.
Right. Bing, bing.
Puppy time, private workouts, personal mail.
Oh, she said puppy time. Personal meal. She's going over it.
Nicknamed Club Fed. We've heard reports that she's been afforded special privileges. Puppy time, private workouts, personal mail, secretarial services. Attorney General Bondi, does a convicted sex offender like Ghislaine Maxwell deserve special treatment and privileges in prison? Yes or no?
Let me be crystal clear on this. No. And let me keep going. No, let me keep going.
Perfect. Well,
I did not know she was questioning.
She did say no. She did say no, she doesn't deserve, and now she doesn't want the explanation as to why she said no, though. Convenient, right?
That too, and you're gonna see how this woman here totally fucking gaslights her with this overtly friendly, oh, I'm glad we're being bipartisan now. I love it.
Let me be crystal clear on this. No. And
Thank you.
let me keep going. No, let me keep going.
Perfect. Well, I
did not know she was being transferred.
I asked you yes or
she
no.
was not transferred to a lower
Mr. Chairman,
level.
please stop the clock and remind the witness of the rules. One rule she needs to
I'm
understand
glad
here.
that we're agreeing. So when we're agreeing, we can move on to some other things.
We're
But I
not
want you to know that every time she does get these perks, and it's been publicly reported, that the folks she's abused, the survivors who are sitting here, they see themselves as being
possibly also groomers,
denied justice. They feel re-traumatized. And I'm glad that we agree on that. But she should not be in that prison. And she needs to be moved back to a maximum security prison as soon as possible. But what she has told another committee here is that she won't cooperate with them unless she gets clemency from Donald Trump. It's just crazy to consider that she can be wielding this kind of influence within the administration. But that begs the question, who ordered her to be transferred to the minimum security prison that she was ineligible for? Who signed off on the special privileges? Was it Mr. Blanche? Was it one of your other subordinates? So please, can you tell us who sent her there, since you don't agree she should be there?
I said I do not agree she should receive special treatment. She was transferred, I learned after the fact, to the same level facility, and that is a question for the Bureau of Prisons. I was not involved in that at all. The same level facility, I don't know why. But, you know, instead of talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, who hopefully will die in prison,
So the implication by Pam Bondi is she was transferred to the same, she was already in a minimum security prison and she was just transferred to a different one. So she wasn't in a max and went down to a minimum. She's saying she was already in a minimum and was just transferred to a different one.
I have been under the impression she was in a higher security prison, not certain, but I will say this, man, and I'll die on the hill. I don't care what games they're playing, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's why I don't have the job and I'm not making the calls, but she should be in a maximum security prison, living as tough as possible, regretting every single second she's there. I think that would have a better effect than this buttering her up shit and then getting to plead the fucking fifth with the hope of clemency. No, I want her to be suffering every second of every day, and that would make her want to spill the beans more than this special treatment shit.
Would it though? Would it though? Would it though?
I
don't think if you go to suffer,
if
then I don't think it would work like that though. Like I think they have to, like if I'm, because once you're under duress, you may say anything. You may say anything to get out of it. You may say whatever you want to hear. You may be more prone to tell the truth if I say, before I put you in that situation, if you're going to work with me, I'll work with you. We could have the same argument. Maybe she's going to lie again. But when you're under duress and you're experiencing that, just like torture, just like anything, there are times when they just say what the torturer wants them to say, just because they want to get out of the situation they're in. So do you want the truth, or do you want her to suffer? If this is the person that has the truth and is, quote, willing to give it up, is the public, are our viewers, are we willing to let her have some type of leniency so we get more people?
Well,
what would be the trade-off?
Based on this, some speculation and the information that I've learned, I think she's gotten too much damn, special treatment.
Well, that's not necessarily the question, though. It's not necessarily the question. Like,
would we rather have her in a position where she might say something in duress,
or would we rather have her? Or would, if we get rid of her, there's no more Ghislaine. What are the odds we get any information from the Epstein thing? There's a chance we get something from her that we need to convict somebody important, that we need, that's all I'm trying to argue.
I'm with keeping her safe in the sense that she can't get gotten to, but just all of the things all together, it's just too much. But I hear you on the straight answer. It's out of spite. Look, this is why I'm not doing the job. I would have her somewhere where she is uncomfortable and wants out, as opposed to I'm going to play with a puppy and get specially curated meals, or maybe she's actually getting separately made, jail food, whatever the case. It's maybe I'm overly emotional about it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? I think, again, emotions are high, and you're allowed to have emotions on this. I think if you didn't have any emotions, you might be an Epstein himself. You know what I mean?
Automaton or
Yeah.
an Epstein, yeah.
If you didn't care, you might be a crazy person. So I think emotion is fine to have here, but also we need to look at things without emotion sometimes, just to have a little more, I hate to use the word again, but logic, as far as like, it's good to have emotion. It's good to have logic. And as far as Ghislaine, I would give her the rest of her life in jail in a minimum security, playing with puppies and whatever else, if she spilled the beans on a bunch of people, a bunch of bad people that we could end up doing something concrete with. If we're just, if it's this song and dance, oh, we'll give you this, but she doesn't do this, and then we give her more and she still doesn't give, I'm not talking about that. I don't want her to be playing us. I'm saying it seems like right now we're playing her, as far as like a little bit of here's this, here's that.
Yeah,
now what are you going to give us?
Pro quo.
Yeah. So time will tell, but that's my vibe. That's my vibe.
Yeah.
We do got Ted Lieu, we got Jasmine Crockett. You want to do one of those?
She was never in a high security. I just fact checked.
So what she said was correct. So she was never. So there you go. So that
Only
was
low security.
That was a prison thing. And when was she arrested? Was she arrested?
2021 conviction.
So that's under Biden.
Yeah.
So Biden put her in a minimum security prison. The Biden DOJ put her in a minimum security prison.
There you go. Accountability all around.
Nobody's mad about that.
That is fucking weird, huh?
I don't see this lady getting mad at the Biden DOJ for putting her in a minimum, like all the things she just listed. I don't see her getting mad about the Biden DOJ doing that.
Yeah. Damn it, man. Is anybody, like, for real? Is anybody there because they give a shit, or is it? Damn, it's all a show, and they're all just scoring or a game, and they're just scoring their points, and they don't give a shit about people's lives and the truth.
Yeah, like all these House meetings, all these fucking CNBC, C-SPAN fucking things, like they're all for show. It's all just for brownie points, and especially in the day of social media, it gets Forbes fucking views. You know what I mean? Like, there's incentive for other people to push them to do shit like this.
Yeah, no, I know, and look, can't deny it. We play right into it. We're taking those very clips. We're playing them here.
Hell yeah.
This is the game. We're all playing it, even if we don't want to be.
I don't know how much more of the Bondi stuff you want to do, because we still got the Ted Lieu thing, we got the Jasmine Crockett thing, and then we can finish off with Bondi saying, have you apologized to President Trump? Or we could just move on. So you tell me. I'll leave it up to you on this one. I'm kind of indifferent. Which one? Okay, how about this? Between Ted Lieu or Jasmine Crockett, which one would you want to see?
Crockett's a longer video. It's a bit more of just her crashing out on Bondi, without Bondi really having a chance to reply. And Ted Lieu just says, "I caught you red-handed."
And did he?
He formulates like his own gotcha moment.
So is one worth more playing than the other, or you want to move on? You tell me.
For the sake of it, just fuck it, move on.
Move on. So you just want to.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is, how about this? Like, just as I was planning, we'll finish off the segment of Pam Bondi saying, "Have you apologized to President Trump?"
Yeah, this I haven't seen, by the way.
You shared it. This was your video.
I did.
This is hilarious.
I didn't see this one.
This was the first video you shared after the last show. Believe it or not.
Have you apologized to President Trump? Have you apologized to President Trump, all of you who participated in those impeachment hearings against Donald Trump? You all should be apologizing. You sit here and you attack the president, and I am not going to have it. I'm not going to put up with it. Have you
apologized to him? We're sorry.
That's like read the room or read the country. Bad timing. But by God, again, I don't know. Tough ass job, devil's advocate, whatever. But this is where she is appearing to have more loyalty for the president than for what she is tasked with or what the country expects of her.
Yeah, like you said, tough job. You know, you have to defend your administration, but also be a proponent of America. And like you would think you would take America's responsibility first, but I'm sure the second you would go against your administration, you're ixnayed on the administration. You know what I mean?
Especially if you also run on a America First slogan too. You know.
You want to get to the Canada school shooting thing next? You want to get to that?
Yeah, because the media has done some wild shit, and there's a good conversation there.
Oh, they be mediaing. Oh, they be mediating.
Oh, media, stop mediating so hard.
Could you please? Do you mind if I take a quick 30 real quick? 30-minute break? You mind?
30-minute break?
Thanks.
Get the fuck out. All right, so he'll be like 2 minutes or so. I'm not going to provide a trigger warning. I don't really do that here. There's no disclaimer, but I do want to kind of introduce this next bit. Oh, and by the way, C-Fouls, if you're still here, send the clip to my Facebook if you can. This next bit is an important segment and we can almost tie it in with everything we've covered, because the media is only serving to make everything just so hyperbolic and everything so politicized that we're not looking at the actual contents of the story. We're not paying attention, or they're not, so they're ensuring that we can't. They are presenting to us the forest and leaving us no specific trees to look at. So as we are about to play this, I'm sure most of you have heard about this shooting tragedy in Canada, and unfortunately a big hullabaloo about the identity, even though I personally feel it's important this get outlined and explained, because I feel that certain side has wasted no time in trying to paint their narratives about, oh, look, it's always this white conservative this or that, and then whenever it's somebody on the other hand, well, but we have it a little different this time. This time, I think where everybody should be able to call out what they've done with this particular story and just say it for what it is. All right, I see the Coke can.
Hell yeah. I did get another one.
All right, so I gave a little presentation about how the media is just being overly, rambunctious, hyperbolic, and they're presenting things in a way where we're not getting the actual story. We're just getting the talking points. They're headline posting as they report to us, you know?
Where's the South Park, blame Canada, they're not even a real country anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's actually quite relevant. We are talking about Canada.
Hell yeah. It's a great song. So the police have named the Canada school shooting suspect and say 6 children were among the victims. There was an elder lady, a 39-year-old lady, and there was also, I think, their 11-year-old stepbrother were among the victims. Canada police named the suspect in a school and home shooting in British Columbia as 18-year-old Jesse Van Rootsleer. 8 people were killed and 25 people injured in the attacks at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School and a home. Police said earlier 9 were killed. The dead include an adult female educator, 39, 3 female students, all age 12, 2 male students, age 12 and 13. 2 other victims, an adult female, 39, and a male youth, 11, were found in a local residence. Police say they were the suspect's mother and stepbrother. The suspect also died from what police believe was a self-inflicted wound. And here comes some information. They say the suspect was born as a biological male. We know where this is going. Who, ... approximately 6 years ago began to transition to female and identified as a female. They don't necessarily have a motive yet, but they are saying, the police are saying that they have attended the suspect's residence on multiple occasions over the past several years dealing with mental health concerns. So they've been to the residence. I believe at one time they took the guns away from the residence, and the father or stepfather was able to get those guns back. Remember, Canada...
The red flags were so bad that firearms had to be relinquished.
Yeah, but also, too, remember how strict and crazy Canada is?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
we're talking about Canada.
Yeah, we are dealing with Canada. So, the guy could have farted on a neighbor, and they'd be like, we're taking your guns away, eh? So kind of not a good juxtaposition to say against a school shooting, but this time I guess those red flags were legit. But for whatever reason, they'll take the gun away from the farter. Ooh, that's a little segue to the HGTV curse word coming up. But they'll
nervous.
They'll take away the guns from the farter, but the actual mental health people, they'll be like, yeah, you're fine because you're transitioning. So nothing to see here, folks. We can't call this a mental health crisis because this is normal. So they found
nothing about this. Okay, I don't have to paint the obvious. Damn it, I'm a TERF. Remember that I'm a TERF. I'm asking for no grace. There's nothing normal about transitioning with medication and replacing testosterone with estrogen. You're gonna get a fucked up soup. Okay.
Yep. They know. We know little about the guns found in the school. Police say they found 2 firearms, a long gun, and a modified handgun. Police have not yet confirmed the role they played in the shooting. We also don't know anything about the suspect's motive or the nature of the injuries sustained by the 25 wounded. So I'm assuming maybe some of those 25 wounded could have just kind of gotten hurt in the chaos. You know, not necessarily shot at, but tripped over, trampled, shit like that. But still part of what was going on. So they identified that, and as you know, it started to come out that this person was transgender. So much so, in fact, let me see if I get this. This guy was great.
I am extra fascinated because first off, I want to point out transparency for the audience.
Hey-o.
As always,
was
even
that
if
a
it's
pun? Transparency.
my expense. Now it is.
Hey-o.
Thank you for the handout.
Thank you.
I didn't know the victims' ages. I didn't know how many. I didn't know.
It was middle school.
So, yeah, that's deplorable.
And the suspect is 18, so that's like high school age. Like they went to a middle school. Like, ugh, at least
gross, evil.
At least go to your own age bracket.
Deranged.
You know, like
I mean, yeah, point it in your own direction and end the Minecraft account already.
Is there no common decency in school shooters anymore? Come on.
It just can't. Yeah, make a show of it. Take yourself out. And you have an audience. Just don't point it at anybody else.
Exactly.
My expectation here. We're talking about Canada, and I know how overly woke they have gone. So I am scared of how they have chosen to approach this little identity issue here.
Oh, don't worry. After what this spokesperson says, let me show you a few articles as how Canada tried to, and I think the U.S. as well, titled their articles. So here's the spokesman from the RCMP. I think military.
That's
I think MP stands for Mountie Police.
Yes.
Royal
correct.
Canadian Mountie Police. There we go.
That is
bam. Good job.
Right.
See? Teamwork, baby. That's what that was right there. Good shit.
Damn right.
Good
Still
shit.
got it.
You know.
If you have questions, I'm prepared to take them at this time.
Officer Marina Dea from Global News, could you please expand a little bit on the suspect? Was he known to police?
Could you please expand a little bit on the suspect? Was he known to police?
Perfectly good question.
Were there any red flags regarding his mental health? And notice the spokesperson, as soon as he hears the words, he, watch his, you kind of see him go, like he gets pissed.
I swear to God, oh no,
look,
it's
watch.
gonna happen.
Yeah, watch.
Oh no.
Was he known to police? Were there any red flags regarding his mental health?
So a suspect is identified as an 18-year-old female by the name of Jessie.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay, we're talking about the killer who took away children's lives, and he is respecting his pronouns. What the fuck?
Her pronouns.
Yeah, nah, not with this turf.
Like, help me out. Help me to navigate this comment here, but I almost feel like if you're a trans person and this goes for any race too and sexuality, if you're a trans person and you commit a heinous crime, you get your privilege taken away. You are no longer a trans person, right? If you commit a mass murder and you're a white person, you're no longer a white person. You're just a piece of shit. Same thing with a black person, same thing with an Asian person. Because now what we're doing is when we identify them with the group they are a part of, it's like, well, look, now that whole group is bad. So it would almost behoove us just to never identify the person other than just being a piece of shit.
So you're implying that the immediate announcement of like their race affiliation or whatnot would open up opportunity to start with the punditry, right?
Would open up the opportunity to be anti. Like his defense and saying, no, this is a trans person now opens up the idea that trans people are bad. You know, if you just stuck with, oh, it's it's just a human piece of shit. Like, yeah, humans are pieces of shit. But the second you need to identify them with being whatever sexual orientation they are, with whatever race they are, there is an implication that that race, that orientation is bad. Look, all white people do this. All black people do that. Now all trans people commit school shootings.
So knowing that that is an unavoidable thing in the world we're in, your suggestion would be just
take it away.
Just give
take
the
it
name,
away.
Just take it away.
Yeah, it was almost a privilege to be identified as something you're not, right? It was almost a privilege to be identified with normal people of your race. Like, hey, you're a normal white person, but you did something fucked up. You're not any person now. You're just a piece of shit.
Do as much as you can to take their humanity away.
Yes. That way, you're not comparing them with other humans. You're dehumanizing them so much, in fact, that they are less than your normal white, black, trans person. They're just a piece of shit. The affiliation to whatever race or sexual orientation has no bearing on what they did. I mean, maybe for stats, like whatever, but my argument here is simply like on the social side of things. Like, take it away from them. Don't defend the idea that they're trans. They lost that privilege when they did something fucking heinous. And I don't necessarily know if it's a privilege to identify yourself as black or white, but take that away too. They're not part of that race. They're part of the human shit race now when you do something horrible.
All right. Here's where I have a thought that may kind of bump heads here is
That's
that
fine.
I do believe.
Because I haven't really fleshed the thought out. Like I feel like I have a point, but I'm not really.
Well, you're still fleshing it out.
Yeah. It's still a lot of fleshing out to go. I'm not conveying it as well as I could be, but I think the idea is there.
Yeah, I like the idea of like taking away as much humanization of these assholes as possible when they commit an act to this level of severity. But I feel like when it comes to the trans community, it operates on a whole separate spectrum, whereas their pronouns are something that they do demand out of some invisible respect, and in Canada even more so. I feel like with the race thing, it's while it's the game that we see played. Oh, it's another white dude, or this black person did that. I just feel that the trans community, they just operate on a different.
But it's like weed,
level.
though, right? Like at this point in life, are you really just white? Are you really just black? You're a mix of a few different things.
This
point.
day and age, and the further we go, we're all mutts to
right.
To
so
a
we
damn
take
degree,
away your privilege to identify with one sect. Like, no, you're just a piece of shit. And like, I see why it's important, but I also see why it could lead to people just like broad stroking entire races or sexual orientation because you're so apt to say, no, this was this kind of person. This was this color person. This was, like, I don't know.
I have and feel free, anybody call out my own bias. This is not coming from my turf origins here, but I think that at this point, or maybe it's been since day one, there needs to be some specific looking into what happens to the brain of any man or woman that goes through this transition, and especially during the ages that we're talking about. I'm not gonna conflate to make any point look better about a rise in trans shootings or any of that, but I do think this is kind of it's not new, it's not old, but we need to be paying attention to how it's affecting people.
I would concur. Remember, too, also, I want to put this into a little bit of perspective. There was a moment in time when school shootings were like, it's not a gun issue, it's a mental health issue. And remember, it was not a gun issue, school shootings, it's a mental health issue. All these mass shootings, these school shootings, SSRIs. There was a big talk on mental health being, a big thing.
Focal point.
And it's like, I don't know. We have an influx. Let me see if I can pull up. What article did this come from?
And yeah, no, I believe you're correct. No reply. I do believe it is illegal to misgender in Canada, which is just insane. Like, I don't know if I'm using the word accurately. I don't want totalitarian. I mean, that's tyranny to me. I know that's a very hyperbolic word, but by God, being forced to say something that isn't true because of we're just wiping our ass with any autonomy at this point. We have to adhere to pronouns.
I was trying to find. There's an interesting list. Let me do this so we can do a little discreetness. But I thought I saved an image.
Let me see some of the comments here, and let's see. Keeping it documented for statistical purposes is helpful in the medical field for purposes of scientific study. Agreed. And hey, by the way, respect to everyone. No reply disagreed with the take, by the way, respectfully.
Which take?
Take it away.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
He's still.
It's
it was
not
just
fleshed
dawned
out.
on him today. He's fleshing it out.
It's not an excuse by any stretch of the imagination, but it's like, why are we're gonna play a video in a second. You know what? Let's play it right now, and then I'll get to this. But I think this may help further illustrate my point here. This is from a TV, I guess it's called Talk TV. It could be, it's something in Canada, obviously. It's a TV, it's like a Piers Morgan, but in Canada. And listen to how this back and forth goes, and I hope it can help me at least illustrate a point here.
Who murdered all those people at that school, that Canada school shooting yesterday?
What are you on about, Julia?
Who
For
murdered?
God's
Was it a
sake.
man or a woman?
No, I'm sorry.
Was it a man or a woman?
No. Yeah, we're talking about education.
Who
in
was
UK
it?
School system. No, stop it, Julia.
Stop
because
what?
You're doing there is you're equating regular trans people
Regular
with
trans
murderers,
people.
right? And you know what you're doing
No.
by doing that.
No.
You're stirring the pot.
You're saying you
No,
believe
are
that men
doing
can become
something
women and women can
dangerous.
become.
That man just said that the woman in the pink is doing something dangerous while talking about a school shooting that a trans person did.
Okay. Am I supposed to be seeing the danger?
Wouldn't the more dangerous thing be the school shooting that happened?
Yes, thank you. Okay.
So if we didn't worry about the identity thing and just talked about it being a bad person, this wouldn't be a thing. Somebody taking the time, this is obfuscation. We're not talking about the school shooting. Now we're talking about that this bitch in the pink didn't gender affirm the school shooter. How stupid is that? You just had a school shooting happen and two people are arguing over, well, were they man or woman? People died, you fucking idiots. Who cares? They're a piece of shit.
Yeah. And I see how it creates the space for these stupid devolving conversations to happen.
It allows room to get away from the issue.
But it also gives an opportunity for the real idiots like this, whatever thing I'm looking at, this incel who's going on and defending and bitching about it, to expose themselves to be completely deranged.
I believe
Like
that's
that they're more concerned about defending the trans community.
Can you believe
as
that? He's not like this is like Timu Jelly Roll right here. He's more concerned.
Who murdered all those people at that school, that Canada school shooting?
And dude, it's a bullshit question from her too. She knows what she's doing, and he knows what he's gonna do. He knows now the conversation has been moved on from the school shooting. She knows that by gaslighting him and asking him who murdered, it's gonna move the conversation onto the trans topic.
And now they're both looking for their viral clip.
And get rid of it. Get rid of it. Now no one can use it. You're just a piece of shit. You're not black, you're white, you're not trans. You just suck. You just suck now. Your privilege of being a person is revoked. You're nobody now. You're just a garbage person. Doesn't matter who you are, because now when we feel the need to identify you with one group or the other, this shit happens.
Would you clarify that what you're trying to apply here, as we flesh it out, would only be in use or served for the media? Because obviously we need everything else for statistics and, you know, everything that it's used for.
I'm not being a dick, but I did clarify earlier that this is just for a social thing. I understand why, if there's a suspect at large, we need to have identification. We need to know who we're looking for. But it's like the media. I'm just asking them, like, what the fuck does it matter who the person was, what they look like? They've been caught. We're not on the, if this is like call Crime Stoppers, we're looking for, it's not that though. It's like they've been caught, they're dead. Now we're not debating the important part. We're just debating their identity. That doesn't matter. Yeah. What about the identities of all the people who fucking died? This guy is saying the bitch in the pink is being dangerous because she called the actual man a man. And she knows what she's doing is going to gaslight him into not talking about the school shooting because he doesn't want to be known as the person who allowed someone to misgender somebody.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's so maddening. That's why I'm saying get rid of it all. That way nobody can use it. Just the cops, just when it matters. Obviously, you can't control how people work on social media and all that stuff, but it's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing?
I mean, it does become exactly what we always call it to be. It becomes that little coliseum, and they're not talking about any of the important, meat of the damn story. So I do understand the point. And
does it make a little more sense now? Did this kind of help me flesh it out just a little bit more?
Yeah, watching it devolve, it illustrates the point.
I just want to watch that part when he calls her dangerous.
Shooting yesterday.
What are you on about, Julia?
Who murdered? Was it a man or a woman?
No, I'm sorry.
Was it a man or a woman?
No. Yeah, we're talking about education.
Who was it?
School system. No, stop it, Julia.
Stop
because
what?
What you're doing there is you're equating regular trans people. Right? And you know what you're doing.
Fuck off.
No.
You're stirring the pot.
You're saying you believe that men can become women and women can become men. I don't think they can.
You are doing something dangerous in doing that, Julia, and that's really
No,
you
I'm
are
not.
advocating for linking those two things, which are totally unrelated. I'm sorry.
No, there's a major.
It's just wild. It's just wild.
It's very sad.
Yeah, sad and wild. You do something dangerous.
See, fellas, I think the media has become, they've devolved so much that they speak in clickbait. Yeah.
Yep. They almost kind of have to. We got the fat guy video.
Yeah, it's their filler. Yeah, if we took that away, we'd have more Walter Cronkite. And that's the way it is. Deranged killer goes out and unalives a bunch of people. That's the way it is.
Yeah, doesn't make for good headlines, does it?
Yeah, no. Nope, not this day and age. Not with TikTok and all that shit. Bookface.
So that's him correcting him. I have... So, I don't know which one to play first. So
Which one you going?
Let's do this one first. So this was making the rounds too, because 3 years ago, Matt Walsh, everyone's favorite conservative, Matt Walsh. What is a woman? That guy, Matt Walsh. He shared a Reddit post. Let me see if I can actually, I probably have to download the image to get it fucking better. Save image as, bam. Okay, give me 1 second. Please hold.
And I am a Matt Walsh fan. I know he sounds super deadpan, but yeah, I don't know. I dig it. And future reference, there's a video that Steve is going to send us for a later episode that we're going to definitely show the love, play.
So this was like 3 years ago where Matt Walsh shared this post. I guess it's from Males of Reddit, whatever, but it's from Jesse Boy 347. And the post goes on to say, I'm trans, male to female. I'm pre-HRT, 15 years old. And I've been viewing a lot of anime-related content recently. Was never into it before. The characters are always so cute. I don't want to be 2D or anything like the characters themselves, but when it comes to their body shape and stuff, I often find myself comparing their semi-unrealistic yet still physically possible shape, specifically when it comes to the height, BMI, and obviously their chesticles. I'm super skinny, so that sometimes makes me feel kind of good, but I'm pre-HRT and my expectations are minimal for chest growth. I'm 6 foot tall. Why can't I be petite and small? Side note, if you know of anywhere I should go to get into watching anime, that'd be nice. Never watched it before. OUO.
What was that, a call?
Yeah, it said private number, though. So.
Oh, bet.
And we don't have the phone numbers up yet.
Sorry, and this is we're using OBS, not StreamYard, so there's no like link droppage. At some point, the phone lines may go up.
I'm using vMix.
Oh, vMix.
vMix, baby. Yeah, I can put the phone up whenever, but we haven't put it up yet. I just do this. I say, boom, phone number up. I don't know if we want it up yet. So he shared this 3 years ago. Notice again, it's from Jesse Boy 347. Allow me to take you over to an article from Juno News. And Juno News is going to show us that the YouTube of Jesse Van Rettler, this is Jess 347. Same number 347. And he also changed, or she also changed, the original YouTube of this was, let's see, it says right here.
Don't worry, Joe Pon. He's already challenging. I don't know what the point of this Reddit post is for. That 15-year-olds are weird. Just wait, Joe Pon. Just wait. Tranquilo.
The original name was Jesse Boy 347, changed to Jess 347. It's the same person. So 3 years prior, this person is talking about having some type of mental health crisis. Anime, I see bodies as cartoons, and I want to be a woman with chesticles and all this
wanting
stuff.
to be like an anime person. That's the unhinged part. Yes.
Yeah, and it turns out that this post was from the school shooter.
How fucking crazy is that? And this is almost like Sage-like in his... He didn't mean to foretell a damn thing, but him choosing to showcase that particular post, and look, 3 years later, that exact poster goes on to commit this very crime that we're discussing. That's crazy work.
It is. And then to put a bow on everything...
And that's the point, Joe Pon. Nah. Go ahead.
He's 18 years old. It was revealed that 6 years prior, Richard, is when he began his transition. And believe it or not, 6 years ago, the CBC, which is Canada's BBC, aired this. Now, it kind of a trigger warning, but again, this is child's programming on essentially a PBS, a BBC. So just keep in mind what you're watching, but also keep in mind what you're watching. Okay, this is from 6 years ago on the Canada Broadcasting C, whatever the C part is. British Broadcast, company. Canada Broadcasting Company. There we go.
Well done.
This is an intro.
What the fuck? That was the intro?
Did you see that was an intro to CBC Kids.
We talked to the stars about drag kids? Is that what I just saw?
You did. That's what but like, so all that was played, and then you see CBC Kids.
What the flying shit?
So this is an entire little quick snippet on minors being drag stars.
Oh no!
And such happy-go-lucky music. Dum 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 dum.
It is so fucked up. They make it sound like Blue's Clues. This is it's like they're trying to. God dang it! Lure younger kids into this conversation? Is that exactly what they're doing? It is a kids show. This is grotesque already.
I'm Bracken. I'm a 12-year-old hyper queen, meaning a 12-year-old female drag queen. My drag name is also
12-year-old female.
Is that what was dancing earlier?
Yep.
Oh no! What the fuck?
Simple. I'm Jason Kerr, and my drag name is Susan B. Anthony. My name is Nemes. My drag name is Lactate.
It's funny, like, drag teams, drag. What is it?
Teens?
No. What's drag person story hour? Drag queen story hour. Holy shit! I had a brain fart. I had a bite in there. I was like, drag king, drag guy, drag queen.
Prince
Yes,
of Persia.
Drag joker, drag jester.
Don't talk about my DC characters.
Yeah, how
Get the
dare
fuck
you?
Out of here.
Is Susan B. Anthony. My name is.
Look, his fan says slay.
Wait, so is that a male or a female?
That's
now?
a man. That's a man.
That's a dude.
That's a dude. Jason. His name. So drag. Remember, drag. You're just playing the part
cosplay
of the
kind of thing,
right? But all right, I'm already
drag
drag playing. Might as well chop off the old.
It's a kids show. They're talking about being drags.
Yep. Minors.
No.
I'm Jason Kerr, and my drag name is Susan B. Anthony. My name is Nemes. My drag name is Lactatia. I'm Stefan.
Lactasia? There's no way.
That's not an accident.
No, but there's no way a 10-year-old knows Lactasia without like looking at some sick shit.
Oh, dude, this is making me sick, and I don't think Red Bull's gonna help.
And this was playing on the Canadian Broadcasting Company's fucking everyday thing 6 years ago. Around the same time, Jesse Von Rootslayer decided to start his transition.
Oh, snap, shit, diggity. Look at that little fucking soup. Make that stew. Look at all the ingredients that apply. Look at the results thereafter. There is no fucking craziness in the fact that the numbers are raising with people that are in these communities going out and committing violence. We know all the other stats that are out there, but we're talking about this right now being in the crosshairs. Fuck, this is disturbing.
I'm Stefan, and my drag name is Lady Gaga.
No. No, don't. No.
Drag is a lot of things. Drag is a performing art, because you are the canvas. It's showing who you are, but like with singing and dancing. Drag is just a self-expression and an art. You are the canvas. You do your own.
Wow. Isn't it funny how they have the same answer? The first guy said you are the canvas. Now this guy's saying you are the canvas. Interesting. It's almost like they're kind of been brainwashed into how they describe what they're doing.
Precisely, exactly, 100%.
Drag is a lot of things. Drag is a performing art because you are the canvas. Showing who you are, but like with singing and dancing. Drag is just a self-expression and an art. You are the canvas. You do your own thing.
Like, what is that?
A man
Brainwashing.
transforms into a woman for entertainment, and a woman transforms into a man for entertainment.
Huh?
Oh boy. Or a girl. Or whoa. No.
Dude.
This is alarming. Like, this is alarming, and it's... Yes, again, you know, speculation happens a lot here, but I don't think it's a crazy conflation with timelines and the corroboration and legitimate proof of the years that had passed. It's the same person then that was talking about transitioning and what was playing at that time to the crime they have just committed. Writes itself.
As far as this goes, I want to play this video. I'm pretty sure, and this is just maybe like a public service thing. I'm pretty sure this video is not of Jesse Van Rootslayer, because this video has been making the rounds, and I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him.
2 seconds. Parstar, great to see you. Welcome back. And yes, that is indoctrination. Thank you. Please, if you're pocket watching, dare to like, subscribe so you can catch us again. We are always on a mission to get canceled on YouTube. So join us in that journey as we continue to do the whole stuck in the middle thing, where we invite everybody's opinions, either via phone line, comments, you name it, and a community on Discord. All right.
So this has been going around, and I think it's because on the YouTube video itself, the YouTube video's name, the channel's name is Jesse Strang. Okay. The person who allegedly did the shooting, Jesse Van Rootslayer, right? But the mom's last name is Strang. In the mom's post, the mom also says, check out my son's YouTube, Jesse Strang. It's not the YouTube channel, but she just names his son like that. So it's not far-fetched to think that the son took the mom's name and didn't want to go by Van Rootslayer, took Strang, right? So this video was going around. It's under the YouTube channel Jesse Strang, but it does not appear. See if I can find Grok, because Grok says this video is 6 years old and not of the shooter. So this person in the video would be like 12 years old. Doesn't look like a 12. But creepy nonetheless. Just all the paint on the hands, on the face, and just listen to the maniacal laughter. It goes on for 30 more seconds of the same thing, of the same exact thing.
Okay, so it's making its rounds and people are ascribing it to
They're buying it. They're buying it. They're buying it. If you go to the YouTube page, go to the YouTube page right here, you'll see.
I mean, I saw with a very quick search, I saw what the perpetrator, the demon actually looks like. And yeah, I mean, even though this is the younger variant here, it doesn't match up.
This person doesn't look 12, and compared to what the other dude look really, really skinny. Let me see if we can actually pull that up real quick.
Parstar, I see you, man. You good. You good.
Just so
It does sound like a freaking possessed demon.
A rifle. And there's a few other pictures in this.
Oh, yeah, rifle image, I think is...
I mean, so like...
From what I saw, when this person got a little skinnier.
There's a picture right there. There's one right there. Let me see if I can save this image. Or maybe I can...
Okay.
Let me try this real quick. Let me see if I can save this image so we can full screen it a little bit.
Is that an image of the what do I call this? The assailant when they were younger, or is that after their transition?
Yes, this is of them when they were younger.
Okay.
So what do you think about like let me zoom in a little bit. Right, there's the face, right? And we'll go back to the YouTube video of the maniacal
Yeah, that looks like
laughter.
Doesn't look like the thing we. Yeah.
Yeah. This person looks a little more tubby, but the last name is Jesse Strang, so like the names match up. This video was posted in 2019. It's interesting to say the least, but I don't think it's necessarily the person in question.
And right now we have Grok just saying, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but Grok's full of shit sometimes, though. Grok is full of shit sometimes.
I mean, I've learned some crazy shit about Grok. Musk is nuts. I mean, dude, he literally made it into an incel at some point. But yeah, no, based on my own eyes here, I'm going to go with no. However, not a crazy stretch to say, like, this is the kind of behavior that you'd be expecting from the asshole that ended up shooting up a school.
Right, like that's why I think people find it real, because like, yeah, okay, makes sense. You're gonna laugh like that. You definitely shot people for sure, right? Okay. Speaking of pew-pewing, this story was making the rounds
for the wrong reasons. I'll say, based on what I know, for the wrong damn reasons.
Yeah, and even even the New York Times is talking about it as if what it is what it is. So maybe that's the case, but so what's going around here? And the headline in the article is Texas dad fatally shoots own daughter after, quote, big argument about, quote, President Trump. Huh.
That's a massive clickbait headline if I've ever heard one.
Bro, how much?
All right, clearly, this takes me immediately to.
But hang on, real quick. If you hate Trump, aren't you like, see, that's how divisive he is. People are willing to kill for him.
And sadly, they not even secretly they want this to happen so they can go around and do exactly that.
Kind of crazy. So the way I first heard about this, right? Let me see if I can pull this up. So this is a little dark, okay? I'm subscribed. We're not subscribed, but I'm part of a Facebook group, all right, called Morgue.
Please offend us.
No, they're called Morgue Morticia, right? And there's always a lot of autopsy things on there. There's a lot of death stuff going on there.
What's up, AI Starseed? Just saying what's up. All right, go on.
But this was posted there, and it goes over the story. It says a 23-year-old British woman, Lucy Harrison from Washington, Cheshire, was fatally shot in the chest. Let's see if I can get this so we can all see it. Fatally shot in the chest by her father, Chris Harrison, at his home in Prosper, Texas, near Dallas, on January 10th, 2025, about a year ago, right? The incident occurred while Lucy was visiting with her boyfriend, Sam Littler, ahead of their return flight to UK. Earlier that day, Lucy and her father had a heated argument about then-President Donald Trump and related issues, including gun violence and SA. During the dispute, Lucy reportedly asked her father how he would feel if she were a victim of SA in a scenario they were discussing. The father responded that it wouldn't affect him greatly, as he had two other daughters living with him. He's like, I can cross one off. I still got two that are good to go. So
okay,
kind of fucked up.
You already know there's an audience somewhere that's saying based.
Yeah. This deeply upset Lucy, who then went upstairs. Later, roughly 30 minutes before they were due to leave for the airport, Chris took Lucy by the hand, led her into his ground floor bedroom. According from testimony from the British Sam Littler, hello, love, they're all they lean one way hard. They don't like Trump in Britain, let's just say. All right. According to testimony from Sam Littler at the inquest, a loud bang was heard about 15 seconds later. So the dad takes the daughter downstairs to the bedroom. 15 seconds later, according to Sam, bam! Followed by Chris screaming for his wife Heather. Heather! Bam! Heather! Sam rushed in to find Lucy on the floor near the bathroom entrance with Chris screaming. Chris Harrison provided a statement claiming that the shooting was accidental. He said they had been watching a news segment on gun crime. He offered to show her his Glock 9mm semi-automatic handgun, which he kept in a bedside cabinet for family security, purchased only a couple years ago. As he lifted it to show her, he said it discharged unexpectedly. He admitted he could not recall if his finger was on the trigger and acknowledged relapsing into alcohol use that day, consuming about half a liter of white wine due to emotions around Lucy going back home. Texas police
tragic.
It is.
The story as it is tragic.
Just in general, it's tragic.
Right.
Texas police investigated the death as potential manslaughter. Jury investigated it, but a grand jury in Collin County declined to indict him, so no criminal charges were ever filed. At the inquest held at the Cheshire Coroner's Court, concluded around February 2026, the coroner ruled that Lucy was unlawfully killed through gross negligence manslaughter, describing Chris's actions, pointing the gun at his daughter and pulling the trigger as reckless. This is coming from the coroner's court, though. So it's not like... So he was characterized as a functioning alcoholic who had previously struggled with alcohol issues. In his statement, Chris expressed profound remorse. I fully accept the consequences of my action, and there isn't a day I don't feel the weight of that loss, a weight I will carry for the rest of my life. I'm deeply sorry for the pain others feel from this tragedy. Lucy's spirit, her warmth, her humor, her kindness will live on in all of us who loved her. And the tragic death stemmed from a family visit overshadowed by... So the tragic death stemmed from a family visit overshadowed by political arguments, concerns over gun safety, and alcohol use. There is a specific thing in here that I want to get to. Oh, this isn't Morticia. It was the New York Post article.
Was that the picture of the people?
Yeah, like that's her. This is why can't I just get like a full screen? It's so stupid.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, it's horrible. They're very good looking family, but then you go into the comments.
Oh no, I know it's literal Dante's Inferno in the comment section.
Dude, I think they turned all the comments off. Dude looks like I mean, dude, it was a cesspool. Oh, you know what it is? Let me go back to the actual post. I bet you it'll be there.
Thank you, Shamrock. If anybody out there, again, pocket watchers too, feel free to click that link and do join us. Join CFOWs, but also join our Facebook where we do engage with everybody as much as we can.
You got people saying, "Ill, what a slimeball piece of shit." When they, yeah, people say you can see in his eyes he drank the orange Kool-Aid. What a psycho! What a fucking bitch of a man, can't handle his emotions, so he shoots his own daughter over that orange piece of shit. When the cult requires a sacrificial offering, wow, just fucking wow. This screams MK Ultra, and he lost it on his own daughter. Stupid asshole. Lock him up for life. The usual suspect, a white guy, absolute piece of shit. Could you imagine being so brainwashed that you kill your own kid to defend any public figure? Insane.
What the fuck?
It goes on and on and on and on. And granted, this comes from New York Post, but even New York Post is reporting it as is. But they say in there, and the other article, it does not say this. But the New York Post article, it says clearly, get the fuck out of here. I'll find it. It's an important statement. It's an important statement because it kind of refutes everything that, like, even what New York Post said. God damn it, where the fuck
And
is
yeah, no, Starseed ain't kidding, by the way, chat. That white wine on a freaking hot day with no food will absolutely make you drop dead drunk. I did Epcot Center one day. I tried to get drunk around the world at Epcot. The sake, the hot sake, it was over. One Cup, amazing name there. The Bad Bunny lyrics are exactly all of that, and I don't think you're gonna find too many fans of that gentleman's here. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it because of Bad Bunny, but he grosses me out. Always has.
Right here.
Gotten an address, burn the American flag. Fuck him.
In the Post article, it was not immediately clear how Trump factored into the back and forth, but his callous response made Lucy quite upset, and she stormed upstairs. So the Trump argument happened well before whatever happened here. It's judging by how it's being detailed here, it is very, very immoral to say this happened via and during an argument about Trump. Shame on New York Times. Shame on the person who posted this on the Facebook post I was in. It's truly speculation, and it's not speculation in a good way.
Yeah, all right. Correct me if I'm wrong, and thank you, One Cup, Two Bears. We appreciate that. Welcome to the Stuck family, brother or sister. Either way, could this not be libel or slander? That's a publication. That's a large publication. The guy's got what, aggravated manslaughter, whatever the case. That is false reporting, outright lies. Is that not libel?
Let me look at the. So here's why it's not. Quote, big argument. And it says after big argument about Trump. Doesn't say because, but we all know what an implication is. We all know what a headline title is. This is saying Texas dad fatally shoots own daughter after a big argument about Trump. What's the implication here?
I see how they're playing it so that it's not, what I'm calling it to be. So technically there was an argument.
Yes.
At some point.
There was many arguments. This guy moved over from England, right? He moved to America. He started becoming conservative. He got a gun, and his daughter and the daughter boyfriend was very against that. They're very liberal. They're very progressive over there. That's very no. Trump's a racist. So there was always arguments going on between them. So to frame it in such a way that it's because of the argument just seems disingenuous. I feel like you'd have more reason to say, oh, an alcoholic accidentally shot his daughter, something about alcohol. But the idea that you say because of a big argument about Trump seems so disingenuous. They did.
This is blood money. It's media. Stop mediating so damn hard.
Media gonna media. I remember like one of our first titles in Stuck in the Middle was Media Gonna Media.
Gonna media, yeah.
Yep. That was one of our first episodes. Media gonna media. And they're still media.
Oh, and actions. I'm glad you're having a good time, brother. Just keep it safe, responsible.
Media gonna media. All right. I guess what we could do now is we could get to our last story of the HGT thing. And if we have more time than that, we can go on to a few other things if we feel like it. What say you? How do you feel? What's going on? Where are you at with this?
I got to take a piss. That's all I'm thinking about right now, but I want to see what you break into.
Well, do you want to take a pee-pee before I get into what I was thinking we just get into the HGTV thing, when
oh yeah,
her making a new curse word.
All right, I'll hold it in for this segment.
No, do your thing because I have to piss too. So why don't you go piss? That way I can, and then we can get into it.
Like and describe.
Yes, describe. You mean subscribe. Like and describe. Shamrock, no, the father, this happened back in January of 2025. The father was not charged. A grand jury chose not to indict him. I guess they believed what the dad was saying. Says Starseed. Yeah, P-break Joe Pawn, indeed. P-break, indeed. It does happen to the best of us. New York Post put the dad on trial via media. Says Al Starseed. Yes, AI Starseed. Yeah, I think... I almost don't blame New York Post for phrasing it like that, but I also, as silly as it sounds, I also do, because I understand they're trying to get clicks and stuff like that, but it's like, man, what happened to actual journalism? What happened to actual news? Why the fuck do we need clickbait so much? Like, would it not be, obviously not, because they chose to go the Trump route, but would it not be just as clicky if it says, you won't believe what this alcoholic dad did to his own daughter? Like, could they not find a different way to make it clickbaity and not make it political? Probably not. I guess not. I guess it's really difficult for them to do. How'd it go? How's it hanging?
Pretty far down and to the left, sir.
Heard that. All right, let me at least pull up this article so you got something to look at before we play the video. Hopefully the article doesn't give away the curse word, because what I'd like to preface, though, is just like music, especially in 2026, when the guitar was made, I think even in like piano, you got 12 notes, right? You really only have 12 notes, and then you got octaves of those 12 notes. How much music can you really make from 12 notes? Obviously, there's different patterns, there's different variations, but it does seem like at some point we're going to run out of like new, innovative music. The same thought process I do put onto curse words, right? For a while.
We've hit our max.
Well, we did.
We're
right?
tapped out.
Especially when we just had like one, like we're shit, fuck, piss. But then we got like, we got wise. We're like, why don't we say fuck piss or shit fuck? Like, then we started to combine curse words together to give us a little more, we're going to stretch this curse word out a little bit. We're going to have a little more time with these curse words. So we started, compounding words together to give us new curse words. I kind of thought we were done with that whole vibe too. But boy, tell you what.
There's nothing more. I'm saying tapped out, dude.
I thought that too. But of all people, leave it to HGTV to hook up with a new curse. I'm going to take a piss, and we'll get back with this curse in just a second.
Oh, cliffhanger. All right, so from what I know, from what I can report, fresh from the ground here, HGTV, the last place I'd expect for a brand new curse word to be birthed. And I dare say, sadly, and you be the judge, I think I have a good feel of, based on who's here, what some opinions will be. If what was said and the result of what was said should have happened. I don't want to give too much away, but this is a case of, damn it, man. What can I say? I can't say you'll hear the word, but we have to make you aware of what it was said. You need to see the context of it all. But somebody lost their entire livelihood as a result. And the discussion is about intent, malice. Was it implied or not? You have to see for yourself.
And you got to wonder,
I know Joe
too.
Pond. He gets like the most pee breaks.
I know. And you got to wonder too, like there's been so many construction shows, remodeling shows. How is this the first time a worker got caught saying a new curse word? Because, dude, I tell you what, if you're in the construction business, the remodeling business, fucking flooring, tiling, you will walk into a construction site and you will hear new words you never even thought existed when somebody's trying to get something done or something falls on someone's toe. You're like, whoa, I never heard that combination before. I'm using that one.
Took me 2 years to get used to my 8-year job of doing floors.
Yeah.
Because of the creativity of the crew.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. And a lot of the times, some of those people using some of those words, they're not your usual suspects. They're like, oh shit, I wouldn't think you to use that word. And then sometimes they are your usual. Like, I work with a lot of roofers and Mexicans or Guatemalans. They say that Guatemalans say the darndest things. I used to love that ABC Bill Cosby show on the Guatemalans say the darndest things. So,
no. I've been petitioning for them to bring it back.
They will. So Nicole Curtis, she's out, right? And whoever sent this clip, Rehab Addict, was supposed to come back. The new season was dropping the day the person sent this clip to Radar Online. So it was definitely strategic. There was some, if I could use a word from George W. Bush, some strategery going on here, because it was very coincidental that it happened or it was released the same day the show was supposed to come back.
That's so incredibly okay. So that is something that happens from the inside. Now, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but I wonder, did the upper echelon decide? Yeah, you know what? We will take this publicity. Fuck the show. Fuck her. Hey, Jessa.
You know what else happens from the inside? Curse words on the inside of a house.
No shortage.
All right. So, I guess trigger warning. Okay.
We're gonna play the whole thing.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh shit. All
This
right.
is a big article. It's a big thing.
I mean, can't YouTube can we get reported for this particular one?
For playing a YouTube video?
This is another YouTube video?
It's all over YouTube, yeah.
The words being said out loud?
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah. Yeah.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, you know it. So, okay. Trigger warning. Somebody working on a house, getting flustered, and they make up a curse word. And what you'll notice as soon as the curse word is said, they're like, what the fuck did I just say? Like, they knew what they said was fucked. Like, it wasn't like they said it, and then the next day they're like, wait a minute. What the fuck did I say? Like, right after she said it, she's like, hold up. I shouldn't have said, like, it's like she knew it. It's like I can't stop myself from saying fart, so here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, wait, how does it go?
Fart, yeah, here we go.
Okay, all right.
Why? It's my last one. Oh, fart nigger. What the fuck is that I just said? Nick, you gotta.
Like, did you see? Like, she didn't even skip a beat. Like right after the hard R. I don't want to play that part again. But she says, "What the fuck is that? What I just said?" Like right after she said "fart ninja," she knows exactly.
What the fuck is that I just said? Nick, you gotta. Can you kill that?
No, I got 35 minutes. I can't kill it.
Oh, fuck my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened.
She called it.
Your life got fucked. And like, this wasn't live. So someone on the team, a producer, someone behind the scenes, took the footage and released it to Radar Online.
Here, real quick, AI Starseed, in 2026, we are moving back to old chords that truly strike a chord with people, words that have sting. Oh, that's... So I think they're making the comment that we're trying to add the creativity back to those words.
I mean, or just like it's a...
I don't know,
like, would you consider it a curse word? Like,
okay.
Is it a curse? Is it a curse word?
It's just one of the, I'm thinking about the intent too. That's just, it's one of those things that, I mean, it's a strange one, but crazy shit comes out of your mouth when you are dealing with frustration and or pain. That was clearly not something directed at somebody or anybody in particular, so...
Right, like that's another thing too, is like if you're using a racial slur, but you're not directing it at the person or the group it's intended for, is it truly a racial slur? Like, she's talking to a piece of wood and a drill, and like, you're just like, I can't tell you how many times I've not necessarily used that grouping, okay, but I've said, fuck shit, I like, you just combine things together to, like, I don't know what the reason is why, like, we have to curse or say things while we're working, but we just do. It
helps us maintain somehow, some way. Jessa said that just rolled off her tongue so naturally. It kind of sounded like it did.
Oh,
and
it did.
Action says that's past a curse word, which I kind of find amusing.
Yeah, it is and it isn't, but it definitely rolled off her tongue like she said it before. You know what I mean? But
I got that vibe, even though, this one I hate to speculate on, but I did get that vibe.
I got the vibe too, but I also got the vibe you could improv something like that. It's like a gish gallop. You're just like the first word and the second word. You're come to mind. You're just putting them two together. You're not really thinking about it. I can't tell you how many times I do that. Like piss fuck. I'm not using like shit cracker. Like there's many things, like fart, not really a curse word though. I've never really grouped a non-curse with a curse. You know what I mean? Like,
It's making me want to get creative.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know how
what
to
I
go
mean?
at customer service. Yeah, no.
Not good. Not good. Maybe don't do that at customer service. Thank you for your assistance, aisle fag. You know what I mean? Like you can't do that stuff. You can't do that stuff, especially at customer service.
Yeah. But a guy can dream here.
I know. Well, now all Nicole Curtis is going to be doing is dreaming because no longer does she have a job because she's now fired.
All right, so this I would love, if you don't mind, could we get a poll? Chat, do you believe that her cancellation / firing was warranted, deserved even? I feel like I know the answer, but I'm curious to see if there's anybody, even the ones that choose not to speak, honestly think that should end that woman's career. As naturally as it may have sounded, the cancellation shit is just too much, too far, too old.
So, what's the question exactly again?
Should
that
she have been canceled?
Curse
or fired?
End her career?
Yeah.
Here we go. Poll started. Let us know in the chats below. Should that curse have ended her career? You be the judge. I feel
What's up, David Clark, new name, haven't seen you. Welcome to Stuck in the Middle, where every voice matters. We appreciate you joining, and we don't have any idea what's going on in the USA either.
I feel like that was like slap, like no, like you're suspended for like, or how about this? How about this? Ready? I'll go drastic. This season, you're done. And so, but the season's done. If there is still demand for a season 3 or whatever, we'll do it. But let's see what happens when your shit's not there for a whole year, whatever, for a whole season. If there's still demand, we'll bring it back. But we got to let this blow over. We can't just have you back on after you said fart N. It doesn't work too well, but it's like, was the whole career over too drastic?
Yes, absolutely, and I'm proud to see that like emotions aren't prevailing, especially in this particular area. It's a shutout for the time being.
Even
100%.
Joe Pon. Look at Joe Pon.
Yeah.
At most, anger management class ending her career. That's way too much.
See, that's the kind of refreshment I need sometimes. Thank you, by God. Trust me, some of you that are not familiar with our dear Joe Pon, friend of the show, he can be a little contentious to deal with, but I'm glad we have some level playing ground here.
But he does. Yeah. He can be contentious to deal with, but he's one of the people who truly believes what he's saying. He's not just saying it to be he believes what he's saying, and those are the people you want to have
consistent
and is sincere in his beliefs.
Correct.
We may not agree, and he may not agree with us, but he's sincere in how he believes, and he will back that, which is like commendable. So you gotta respect that.
Even if he's incredibly wrong.
All the time, by the way. All the time. Yeah, all the time. There's not one time he's been right whatsoever.
That appreciation is extended to any of you that, I think it does take a mini pair to get your voice heard and to represent the convictions that you often feel more comfortable typing. So respect to any and all of the callers, except for Julian, who went full Nazi on us.
Joe Pon says, I feel like this is harsher on women than men. Shamrock says, who released the video? Great question. It had to have been somebody on the production team, for sure.
It's got to be staff. Sure. I mean, again, speculation. It could have been like the camera guy or whatever. It's like, yo, here, higher up, check this out. We can't air it because of this, or we're going to edit this. No, that's juicy. Roll with it. We'll get more eyes. Who knows? Who knows?
C-File says, I don't even think she needs anger management. She wasn't even angry, LOL. Amen. She just said some random shit.
Exactly.
But
exactly. Again, no matter how naturally.
Yeah. Correct. But it's like I guess even though she didn't really say it in public, but it was released to the public. So there has to be something to be like, no, don't, even if it's for appearances, we all know behind closed doors, we say fucked up shit. I don't care who you are. I really don't care who you are. But you know, when you're not on social media or being recorded or whatever, there are times you say fucked up shit. You know it. I know it. We all know it. And it just so happens that if you get caught, you got to pay the consequences of said fucked up shit. Maybe you should have been a little more aware that you're being recorded when you're working, you know, like that. You have to give her some of that too. Like you have to give her some accountability too, right? Like that was kind of, you know, stupid. Like you do. It's not like a camera crew just showed up to a house being remodeled and it was just a Joe Schmo remodeling. You know, Juan was pissed off. He's like, goddamn fart ends. Like, no, it's like you do a TV show, you're always on camera.
Yeah, P's and Q's, you know, all that. But yeah, shit, man, accidents happen.
But you're down.
And
down
I reserve my my fucked up shit solely for when I'm live. I don't say anything on the back streets. It's all here. I'm talking my shit. Ooh, we got somebody hit yes.
AI Starseed says HGTV bloopers.
That would have been epic if they would have rolled with that one.
I would love that. That'd be awesome. It would make HGTV so much more entertaining too. You just see like all the curses from all the remodels because you know
they should be paying you to just say this out loud. That's a great idea. Or I'm imagining Bob Saget, like early '90s World's Funniest Home Videos, and playing that clip, and the stupid little joke he'll make, and then the crowd like laughing. Oh, the good old days.
What a time to be alive, right?
Yeah, right. Amen. Now everything sucks.
Speaking of everything sucking, real quick, if we stay on the idea of entertainment real quick, this clip was brought to my attention via just the algorithm, but I believe you will know the actor to the left. I forget his name, but he's one of those guys where you're just like, no, Mickelson. Like once you see him, you're like, oh yes. This guy, like, you know this guy, like he plays the villain in a lot of things.
I don't see anything yet, and all I'm looking at is my face, thinking I got Madden Mickelson, whatever. Yeah, he played Hannibal Lecter, great actor. Hideo Kojima loves him.
Yes. He's in video games too. So this is a question asked to both of these actors. Okay. They just got done doing a film. It's a 1750s period piece. I guess.
Madison Mickelson. Okay. Wait. What kind of movie?
It's a 1750s period piece.
1750s period piece. Takes place where?
In Danish, the Danish culture.
It's a Danish period piece?
Yes. So you know, pasty, bro. Pasty. Complexion.
Oh, well, yeah. That's as white bread as you're gonna get, son.
Pretty much translucent at that point. You can see right through it.
John Cena.
Yeah,
like that's the John Cena lens. Yeah.
You can't see me. You can, but you can't because I'm so see-through.
Right. Precisely. Yeah. I just see a black shirt and a hat of camo in front of me right now. But do go on. Whoa.
Where do you go? Why is the hat moving? Why is the hat moving?
Turn the green screen off.
Yeah. What? All right, here we go. So check this out. It's only 20 seconds, but it's like a great 20 seconds. I wish I could go this long with something this good.
This is a cast and a Danish production, which is entirely Nordic. It therefore has some lack of diversity. You
already just said? So this is a cast that's entirely Nordic, so therefore it has some lack of diversity.
Somebody said that to them?
Yes. This is I believe they're like interviewing, they're talking about the film they did. Yeah, so
that's typical. Okay. Lack of
this is a
Danish.
cast.
Okay.
And watch Mickelson's reaction here.
Danish production, which is entirely Nordic. It therefore has some lack of diversity, you would say, as also new rules are implied in Hollywood.
What are you going to?
Sorry, but
from the get-go.
From the get-go. He's like, oh, what? Lack of diversity.
Sorry, but
from the get-go.
From the get-go, there is some... Okay.
Well, first of all, the film takes place in Denmark in the 1750s.
First of all, the film takes place in Denmark in the 1750s.
Dude, what is this virus? Like, like the BBC already folded. You know, we saw the commercial that went viral where, like, we're talking about 1800s Britain. The cops are black, and like none of it makes sense. We get it. We understand. Everybody wants inclusion, but at the sacrifice of facts, history, and all that, just wow. Denmark, 1750s period piece. A lack of diversity. Too many of the how you say honkies.
Like imagine, I'm trying to think like you have like this period piece about like I'm gonna do it right. You got this period piece about black African American slaves being brought over to America and being like they were, and it's so far it's accurate. Like it shows that Africa sold their own people to some of the Europeans, right? So it's showing a black overlord, and he's selling his black minions to white people, right?
To white overlords, yes.
But the main character on the slave ship, who's a victim, he's white.
Yeah, no.
They'd be pissed off at that. Like, what are you doing?
The outrage would be insane. Yes.
It'd be all over the place. But this journalist is like, wait, so you did a period piece in 1750s about Denmark, but there's no diversity?
Where was he during the 12 years slave questionnaire asking why the main character wasn't Caucasian?
But they want to do that. Look at Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's a video game.
Oh boy, you're gonna go there. Yeah, UK is not fictionally accurate, man.
He's not. There are some, like, in totality, he's not fictionally accurate. There are some offshoots of of that color samurai, but it's not how it's being depicted, and they're very particular in historically accurate. Yet that's going on, and you have so many people be like, well, actually, that's completely accurate because this, and that, and the other thing. And it's like, it's not, and you wouldn't respect it if it was done in the reverse. And
if you do the deep dive of the history of the origins of that particular story, it is a complete fabrication.
Yeah, it was like someone who was kind of brought over as like a quote slave, and then kind of worked up to something akin or close to a samurai, but wasn't nearly as like this.
He didn't become a samurai at any point. He was only taken. There was a photograph of him wearing something akin to what one would wear at the time. But as far as I have gone in my own research, it's a fictional character. That's all, rooted in an African American that did end up living in Japan and did start as a servant. I don't know if he ever really got his freedom. I can't remember the details, so I won't speak on it. But
that's fine though, because the whole thing is just like the idea that they're changing history to fit their narrative, and like they're mad when that happens to them, but not a word when they do it to other historical things.
Yeah.
So it's just it's just silly. It's like, I just look at it. I'm like, I'm not offended or anything like that. I'm just like, I look at it, I'm like, this is so funny. You don't care about when you do it to other things, but you're really mad, when something is excluded that you care about. Like, I guess we all are, but it's like, it's so blatantly obvious.
Yeah, it's hilariously exhausting, and I like Seafowl's name. He didn't have the idea. I had it first. Matter of fact, if you enjoyed that clip, and if you like this fellow Seafowl's, buy his skateboards. What's up, TZ? You should subscribe to us. Matter of fact, if you enjoy oxygen or entertainment, you should subscribe to this channel.
That's a great point.
And
that's a great point.
Right? I'm saying.
Check this out. Check this out.
Here's my idea. Here's my idea. Originally my idea. Although
that tastes good. That's oxygen.
Oh yeah. See, if you enjoy that, by God.
I did. I really enjoyed that. What should I do now?
Thumbs up. Subscribe.
Okay, I will.
No, I want two guys from the hood, right? Two dudes from the hood to travel in time back to the early 1700s of the Denmark. I would watch that movie.
You know what I forgot to bring up, and let me see if I can find it, because this kind of fits, and I don't know if you know this.
Did you forget a ninja fart?
Nope. We definitely played that. Gathering of American.
Oh, he's looking. This is where he secretly hopes I stall. And I got it. I mean, on the one hand, it doesn't matter, but on the other hand, if a character is a certain race, it should stay that way. Yeah, especially if it's like if a period piece is something that usually prides itself on some level of fact. And the big thing about the game we're talking about is Assassin's Creed used to be all about historical accuracy. That was its like one of its tenets of being the bread and butter of that franchise.
I got it.
All right.
Are you familiar with a game called Reloaded?
No.
Okay. Well, you should familiarize yourself with this because it's set in the near future world, 2099, and it's a transatlantic returns treaty has failed to return stolen items, leading a group of vigilantes to take matters into their own hands to repossess their heritage. They're taking it back.
This is, I think I heard about this. They have to go loot.
It's an African future heist game developed by a South African studio, released on February 26th. The game centers on a team of characters who plan and execute nonviolent, stealth-based missions to reclaim African artifacts that were looted during the colonial era and are currently held in Western museums. So they go and they loot Western museums to take their history back.
Here, opportunity, because this comment is perfect for us. Hi, Rick the Real. We can't apologize for optics, but here's the comment. This must be the Red Hat and White Hood channel. If you're making that assessment based on you just being here for
who cares? They're making the assessment on something stupid. Like
yeah. No, I mean, just you're wrong.
Yeah, it's
you're
fine.
wrong
That's
entirely.
fine. You could be wrong. That's cool. That's fine.
But either way, you're more than welcome. You can even call in, call us out, or keep on enjoying free speech and learn that we're literally here to call out everything as it is, period.
Here's the Reloaded trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has any story to it or not.
We're here for one reason. To get back what was taken.
How are you going to do that?
Sometimes heroes have to be outlaws. No alarm on the glass. I'm in.
Make sure you've planned your escape route before you pick this artifact up. There's a turret up ahead.
I need Forger here. He's on it. You are not alone. I've got...
Take back your heritage.
This tanked so bad, by the way. Like, I think it put the studio out of business.
I don't know what to say about it.
Think. Plan. Don't rush.
Stop, intruder!
I'm a visitor.
Oh, really? Please, enjoy the museum.
Got it.
It's time to get out of there.
No problem.
Don't get sloppy.
You know, the majority of what the game was sold on was the premise and not the gameplay.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
You know it was.
100%. I mean, that's what they led with. That was the whole. They built that being the whole aspect, and
it's just silly. It doesn't seem completely factual. It doesn't seem completely like it seems more narrative based to perpetuate a narrative than to explain history.
Yeah, and it seems like an accidental, self-shot in the foot there. So you're saying you're making a team of,
thieves,
all African Americans, and their job is to go steal from museums and loot.
Well, well, understand though, Eli, the colonizers stole from them though.
Right. That's yeah. Who
Reloaded? Check it out. Enjoy the game.
The gameplay looks kind of, somewhat maybe
Basic.
decent fun.
Basic, yeah, for sure. Definitely looks like a good game. Fantastic. Can't wait.
A basic bitch of a game.
Basic bitch of a game. What say you? What do you want to do? We want to go from here. We done? You want to tap out? I mean, we got a little bit of ice stuff left. We got a trans woman wrestler. I do have a funny clip of Gavin Newsom's wife like cucking him really bad. It's pretty funny. He's pissed.
I'm good for two more of those. Okay, I want the wrestler bit because of what you told me.
Okay, and how about the woman officer? How about the officer being too slow? The correctional officer.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that. How particularly violent is that one, by the way?
I can fast forward through the one. It's on YouTube. That's shit I don't get, man. Like you don't see anything. How about that? Like you see an action happen, but there's no like
there's no crazy red anywhere. Yeah. Shamrock's voting trans woman wrestler. Yeah, this one.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's one of those things. When it happens, it should be called out for what it is. But like, are the rules? The rules aren't different. They're pretending they're different.
Yeah, and let's at least inform people, or maybe you're well aware of, but like in football, when one guy's getting tackled and a bunch of other the defenders and everyone else are piling on the guy, a lot of people do some shady shit to try to get the guy to drop the ball. But again,
they do some gay stuff.
They're all men though, so like they're not hurting anybody else who's not a man. But they all do, they grab the guy's balls. They fucking try to shove a thumb up the dude's butt. Like, they do weird stuff to try to make the guy on the ground let go of the ball. So when everybody gets up, the other team has the ball. It is what it is. I was
completely aware of all that.
You don't have to be. You can just look it up and understand that when those big dog piles happen and the one guy's underneath everybody, everyone's doing what they can to get the guy to drop the ball and to get other people off the guy on the ball. And it's all very discreet on the low. You can't see what's going on. It's all
it's a DL deal, yeah.
Way DL.
DLDP.
And And I've heard the same thing about wrestling, DLFP, right? DL, down low finger penetration, where like some of these holds, sometimes when they go to flip you, when they go to grab you, a digit goes somewhere it shouldn't go, or they squeeze something where they shouldn't squeeze. It's like all these really weird, very gray area tactics that do happen. Okay, hate to break it to you. It does happen like that. Now, with that said, kind of the norm, man and man. That's they do that shit. But now you have something akin to not a man and a man. You have something that is, well, a male who is now a female wrestling a female. And the male is going to do the same tactics they did before in certain holds and certain positions to try to gain the advantage.
All right, so in plain English, layman's terms here, a man that goes around expecting to be called a woman is wrestling a woman, and something happens.
Yes.
All right.
I'm pretty sure, as far as what the lady says, her right here, because the mom is filming this interaction, the daughter is on the mat, and the trans man or the trans woman is on top of the daughter. Now, wait till you see the daughter's face, and you understand just about when it happens.
Full screening. Sorry, chat. Can't see you.
Get to your base. Get to your base.
Right there.
Get to your base.
Look where the hand is. All right. So right now, hands nowhere in particular.
Get to your base.
The hand goes between the legs. Right there.
Get to your base.
Oh no.
I don't know what she said to you.
And the mom laughs. I don't know what she's saying. Like, she's kind of laughing.
The mom of who?
The mom of the daughter. The
real daughter.
Yes. And it's not nefarious. She just doesn't know what's going on. She's just watching something.
Right.
And she's like, I don't know why she made that face.
Right.
I don't know what she said to you. Why her face looked like that.
and then she gets pinned after that. But that's the video. And if we go to the article,
that damn dude.
Yeah,
it's
that's a
not
weird
healthy.
line.
I need to not allow myself to get this angry. I need to work on myself. Okay.
Says Keeler's mom unwittingly captured the alleged assault on video mid-match. The 16-year-old's face registers confusion and disgust. She mouths something at the camera before trying to squirm away. Soon after, she allowed herself to be pinned just so she could get off the mat. I didn't really know what to do or how to handle the situation, she told Cruz. I just wanted the match to be over. When Keeler told her mom what happened during the bout, she still believed her opponent was female. A coach soon informed her she had wrestled a boy. I was really shocked at first, Keeler recalled her reaction. It's a women's high school wrestling team, so I wasn't really concerned about that. The boy Keeler wrestled in December is one of two boys on Emerald Ridge High School's women's wrestling team. In late January, Cruz reported more than 12 girls asked school leadership to make the boys change in a different area, alleging the duo would come into the locker room just to watch girls change. Emerald Ridge reportedly responded by refreshing the girls on the Washington Public Schools commitment to gender inclusivity. They said, no, we can't do that because we got to be gender inclusive.
I fucking hate that because they get to hide that shit from the parents, man.
Yep. The Washington Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction requires public schools to allow students to use facilities and participate in sports consistent with their, quote, gender identity rather than their sex. All schools must provide any student private facilities upon request. Administrators cannot force transgender identified students to use separate facilities unless they request it.
Sexual fucking assault essay. Sorry, nothing short, deviant, degenerate. I was going to use some bad words. Degenerate behavior, criminal behavior. There was alleged reports of the two boys that want to be called girls looking at the other girls in the same changing rooms. They get their way because woke is everywhere, and the schools have folded. They have no backbone. Blue states, all that shit, and now we have a literal essay on our hands in 4K. That's deplorable. Where's the father? It would take. I mean, nobody knew what was happening after the fact. There should be a lawsuit, and this should have ramifications that hit the courts.
Oh, it's not done yet. Both boys reportedly agreed to use separate changing facilities at first. But that agreement lasted just one day. Keeler reached out to Undivided when it released a story about the Emerald Ridge's wrestling team. By then, she waited more than a month for Rogers High School to act on her allegations. Though Washington law requires educators to report claims of SA to police within 48 hours, Keeler's coaches, athletic director, and principal allegedly failed to do so. It took a month. That changed.
And think of the fucking damage that somebody that does this can continue to do when it's unchecked and unreported. They're asking for more crazy shit to go down.
I mean, what if Epstein identified as female and identified as a minor?
Holy shit, man. He may have not had to unalive himself.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense following this logic. This guy was allowed to digitally penetrate a woman because he identified as a female. So let's use that. Let's use their logic and let's keep going with it. Fuck it. Right?
If it continues to reach as far as it has, every time I think that there's some progress made and some of these people, these people learn there's consequences to these actions. We never did play that disgusting video, and it's okay, I don't want to, of the guy who also wants to be called a woman in the woman's restroom, literally jerking the gherkin. And you could see via the shadow that that's exactly what he's doing, no doubt.
And
he
and the lady made a big hullabaloo about it. Planet Fitness didn't kick him out,
right?
We had another article about a trans woman, meaning a biological female. I gotta get this right, and Okay, maybe it was, yeah. So it's a so it's a biological male going to a trans woman, and the school wasn't going to allow him to swim against the girls. So they relegated him to the boys' team. So the way she protested was saying, well, I'm going to swim topless.
You know, we covered that.
No, I'm just like as a
refresher.
You're
adding, yeah. Yes, correct.
What?
So the guy that's already a guy that just wants to be called a girl is just taking his shirt off and is protesting by topless swimming. I don't think he understands the strategy. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.
We got to go back. What was it? Sweden? Where was it? The article that we read where they're like, yeah, it's a biological male and it's a trans woman, but they oh no, it was a biological female that's a trans woman, but she still competed with the biological females, and they were like, yep, not a fucking problem, and they were like,
exactly,
fantastic. And they loved it. They had nothing wrong with the article. We're like, we thought we won. We're like, oh, so we're good then. Everything's. We don't care about this. Actually, this is what we wanted.
Yes, they understood.
Females against females. That's fine.
Not even a concession. It's just, hey, you're playing by the rules here.
Yep. Easy peasy for them, but not for us over here. By God, we're going to get a man to shove digits up a female wrestler's Yahoo and be like, why is that wrong? Like,
is the boy woman 18 so we could get maybe some charges?
Washington School District.
Or does it not work that way?
16. Like, they're both 16.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, they're both 16.
Dude, 16-year-old male. It could be such a hack to get their rocks off, dude. Like, it is so infuriating.
But it's like, you can't even, like, you can't do anything via how they want to play this. Like, the parents have no recourse. The female has no recourse. Because, well, they identify as a female. Like, this happened during wrestling. And again, you're going to be like, well, this is what just that. Maybe there was, I'm going to play it off as an accident.
Yeah, there's always that card.
That. It really feels like crazy pills. Like,
yes, we're all on them. Even if you're not prescribed them, we're all taking them.
Stop it. Get out of my head. Craziness.
Can't. It's there for good, buddy. Until some of that sweet oxygen we were giving a shout out to is no longer being consumed. We're on them things.
Last video of the night, and you tell me, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna break this down very carefully and figure out what went wrong here. All right. So this is this is an older video. All right, but it just kind of making the rounds again. I've not seen it before. But
all right. Chat, I'm going to full screen so I won't be seeing the comments.
This guy right here, this cop right here, he's going to get poked by a suspect. You don't really see anything. You can't really see anything. He got poked, right? He got poked, right? And now he turns around at this officer. You see the officer take, I guess, a taser out, right?
Yeah.
But the officer's not doing anything. And the suspect is just
lethal.
Pressing forward, and the officer's just like,
and he's backing up. He didn't deploy.
Yep. And then what you'll notice is two guns come out from either side of the yellow taser. Okay, so we'll do some pictures. You see, there's one gun up here.
Okay.
And there's another gun right here. And the person's body camera watching was the person with the yellow taser, right? So this person was just hesitating for so long.
Oh
and then finally, the two people on either side help out, right? What do you think?
So lucky to be alive.
Yeah, what do you think happened with the person in the middle there? Why do you think the hesitation occurred?
They were inept.
Is there a reason?
They were undertrained, or
could there be a reason why they were inept and or undertrained?
A reason they were undertrained? Oh, I don't want to go to the DEI aspects here. I'm trying to avoid that, but, you know, facts be facts.
Well, allow me to show you who the middle person was. You ready?
All right, based on the tattoos, I'm going with lesbian.
It's a woman. It's a woman. It's a woman. And the two men who pulled out, and the two people who pulled out guns on either side of the woman, they were men.
In a correctional facility?
In a correctional
She's
facility.
a corrections officer?
Okay, so what I don't know is cops do drop off suspects to prisons.
Yes,
This could be
correct,
that,
correct.
but this looks more deep inside the prison. But this is where I'm not sure on. I don't think correctional officers carry guns on them.
Yeah, no, they're not supposed to, I loosely say, based on state to state.
I could argue that maybe she is a corrections officer and the two guys around her are allowed to carry guns. So they made the decision, right? Maybe.
Thank God, or she'd be gone.
Let's see if we can see. Oh, no, she's got a gun. Son of a bitch. Never mind.
Oh, my God. Oh, no, shut up.
Son of a bitch. Son of a
You
bitch.
played me.
God dang it.
The taser. You don't go for a taser when you're being advanced on by an armed assailant lady.
Like you could, but the second it's not working, you need to go higher. Because that guy,
you go full lethal.
he didn't spit on your fellow. He stabbed the fellow. Like,
Yeah.
like that was an intent to unalive somebody. You have now every right to do the same thing to that person.
He didn't attempt to digitally penetrate.
No.
This
isn't a transgender wrestler here, okay?
Precisely.
Yeah. This is a man trying to do damage. And no, I don't think it's a lesbian woman either. I mean, you could tell by the haircut.
I was off.
It seems more like she's got long nails and like
dainty.
Yeah. Sup, bitch.
Dainty lady. I'm sorry, lady, but you just proved you belong in administrative.
He doesn't have the reaction time a man has when it comes to some of these situations. It just
Hey, what's up, paladrins?
There could be the exception where, some women do, but majority of the time, stuff like this should be delegated and relegated to males. Hate to say it, but
for
it
the
is
sake
what
of
it is.
saving lives,
Just force and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Like she could have died because she did. She could have died because she didn't appropriate the proper force.
There's two women in my life that I know had a great storied history in law enforcement. One being a dispatcher, the other working under a sheriff. And but the one that worked under a sheriff had military experience. There are women that are capable, but when you run into one that's dainty, then clearly, if it's obvious, man, don't chance it. Okay, you're playing with fire, life and death.
Yeah,
dumb.
I would concur.
Nobody wins except the podcast that plays the clip. Okay.
Yeah, touche. Very true. May I play you one video, maybe two, maybe just these are palate cleanser funny videos.
Yo, Son of Vaughn, welcome. Good to have you.
What up, Son of Vaughn?
Please, yeah. What do you got? Palate cleanser?
Okay, two. One, the first one is Tennessee, specifically Memphis. They got a little snow recently, and not a lot of people know how to handle snow. Sometimes they just think, oh, this shit, it's gonna be soft as all hell. I can jump high off into it, high off something right into this soft ass stuff, and I'll be good to go. Some people don't understand that. Well, depending on how melted the snow is, it could solidify, it could become a little hard.
Wait. Why? I didn't know liberals could melt. Why are you talking about them getting hard?
Heyo. The snow's getting hard, not the liberals.
Oh, you see, when you say snow, I added flake.
Got you.
I thought liberals were jumping from the sky and populating the ground.
Well, they're jumping from the stoops, not the sky. They're jumping from step stoops.
I was halfway there.
Yeah, no, you're close, but just not full sky. So
okay.
So this gentleman, he sees snow. He's like, I know snow's soft. I'm gonna jump off my step stoop into some snow. You want to see how it goes for him?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
They say Allah.
You ready? Come on.
It's completely hard. It was completely hard. This is what we call packing snow. All right, this is perfect to make like snowmen and stuff like that. He just jumped onto pretty much ice snow.
Not like in the movies, buddy.
But sometimes it is.
Yeah, just not.
Yeah, but in places where it never snows and like it gets above 32 degrees eventually, 32, 33, 34, the snow starts to melt, starts to get icy and watery. It's not going to be soft anymore. It's going to melt down to like a thick substance. Like he found out.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No.
Do you want a concussion?
Yes. Baby. Now, this one might be a little blasphemous, but I found it funny. Okay.
Blasphemous, you say?
Yes, I say blasphemous. Considering all the Winter Olympics, this is more maybe Summer Olympics, but
are you getting harassed by a private number?
I am. One could even argue X Games, right? One could argue X Games. But this is what I call the miracle on the ramp. Okay? Miracle on the ramp. This is done by one of the best in the business, Jesus, JC. JC's on a skateboard. Yep. Check this out. I want you to see how good JC is as a skater, and furthermore, how fucking psyched the announcers are that he's actually there doing this.
Well, if it's anything like his carpentry, and if he's on a C-Foul skateboard, we're in for a W.
Oh no, he specifically bought his skateboard from C-Fouls.
Okay,
this is why he can do the things he can do.
All right, that's the word.
Specifically why. So check it out. Here's JC doing the damn thing. All right, he just dropped in from heaven.
He's dropping in. He's picking up speed. Jesus Christ!
And I love. Are they saying his name or are they exasperated? Jesus Christ! And look, he just hit that half pipe. He's going up, brother. He's going up to heaven. Good God. Look at that. He's going vertical. He's got a choir there. A few backflips. Will he land it?
There's no way, Josh. There's just no way.
I don't know, dude. Don't listen. Hey, Eli, look at me for a second.
Yeah, no. We are talking about our Savior.
Believe in him.
Okay, all right. I'm working on that too.
Okay, here we go.
Nomine Patris.
God, look at that. Will he land it? It's a miracle.
Thy will be done. Thy will be done.
Will be done. I do like. I can't tell if they're taking his name in vain or just saying his name.
I think with the excitement, a mixture of both.
It could be both, right? Jesus Christ.
Could be two things at once.
Are you? No, I'm pointing. Look, Jesus Christ. You know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Son of a Von made me. I'm a believer right now in this very moment, like I've never been. That was it was emotional to see him back at it, frankly.
How about something totally random? You ever
I
seen
like random.
Fat Seals dancing to a fat song in German? This has been all over my algorithm, and it's just like it makes me do this. It makes me
Did you
go.
say Fat Seal talking German? Did you say that?
Yeah, just it makes me
You
go this.
did.
Yeah, it makes me go like that. I see it and I go.
I
So
thought I
just
had a
watch.
brain stroke. Okay.
Yeah,
Or an
no.
aneurysm or something.
Fett.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hüpfe auf den Bauch, denn ich hab
Okay, here we go. Ready? I don't know. It's just funny, and I enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the same thing. This is just it's just a fat seal. Just seals being fat. Ready? You ready? Here you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hüpfe auf den Bauch, denn ich hab Übergewicht. Könnt weniger essen, aber Lust auf
Come on, that's so good.
Was es gibt, ich esse jedes Gericht. Ich glaube nicht an das,
I
was
heard
mir die
Jesus.
Diät mir verspricht. Ich bleib fett.
Ich stay fat. And the lyrics is I stay fat. I eat a lot. Like the song is like about being fat. And it just seals.
Schmacko first.
Yeah, dude, come on. How can you not like that?
Könnt weniger essen, aber Lust hab ich nicht. Egal was es gibt, ich esse jedes Gericht. Ich glaube nicht an das, was ne Diät mir verspricht.
I stay fat.
Schmacko fat.
I stay fat. Schmacko fat. All right. Enough. Okay.
I'm envious of the, and this is no stab at you. I'm envious of the simple mind that can watch that. And
how
laugh.
dare you, sir?
It is amusing. It is amusing, but I just can't. You know, well.
Are you telling me the seal? Are you telling me the seal bouncing onto beat about being fat is not like this right here? You're telling me that's not funny?
Like,
you're telling me that seal coming at you is not funny? With
dogs doing
I'm
funny
fat.
shit make me laugh.
It's a dog. This is a water dog. What the fuck are you talking about?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, like this is a water dog.
So this is the Prime Minister, right?
Hey, you gotta leave, dude. You gotta leave, man. You gotta leave.
It fell on the. I killed this damn seal, like not literally.
Yeah, right.
They're cool. Don't drop them in Japan.
Hang on one second.
Oh, this is watch out, guys. Let me. Oh, he's giving a stern talking to. Is entertainment. This is raw reality, WWE style. He's gonna get the chair. He's gonna get the chair. Sometimes his cat stands up on two legs and starts bitching about him keeping the chair all to himself. So that does happen. We are definitely getting to our, I think, end of the show, by the way. But with that being said, I mean, it's not quite over. It's not over until the Josh lady sings, I tell you. And he was singing. Wait, was it really that? It puts a smile on your face. 500 pounds of pure blubber. Maybe I'm just too jaded. I am jaded. Angels, I'm glad you enjoyed the expressions because I don't know what to do with a fat seal, which... I'm not fat shaming, but it was a large seal bouncing towards me with a beat, a repetitive techno-esque beat. Amusing. I don't know. I'm just maybe more of a dog person. Okay, show me a funny dog video any day of the week. Yo, bro.
The daughter just came in and tell me to calm the fuck. Like,
what?
Yelling. This is the second. I don't even know if you saw it the first time. But she can't, you didn't because I kept my P's and Q's. But I just got verbally assaulted by a fucking 21-year-old trying to come here and tell me to keep it down because she can't sleep yet. I go to work in the morning and she stays home all day. Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
I can't empathize, but man, knowing you, I'm so sorry. That sucks. That sucks.
Yeah. Not good. Not a good thing. I gotta cut it. I gotta cut it here. I gotta cut it before I do anything stupid.
I just gotta answer this one.
Yeah. Please do. Please do.
Are people with glasses more intelligent than us visionaries? It depends. Can you be someone that wears glasses and doesn't wear glasses? Then where are you?
Maybe.
I don't know. But with that, okay, guys, thanks for joining us. We are stuck in the middle. We try to be on 2, maybe 3 times a week if we're really, really, rarely lucky, especially if Jesus is doing himself a flip trick 180 or whatever. But yeah, expect us Tuesdays, 9 to 9:30 p.m., Thursdays or Saturdays. Like, subscribe, share, comment, engage, comment after the video. It all helps in this grand design we have, which is making a community and just trying to keep having fun and grow. God bless you all. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
Heck yes. I'm going to let Eli take us out on that. With that said, we'll figure out what we do on Saturday. And with that said, yes, I'm out. Eli, you're out. We'll talk to you later. Everyone have a great rest of your time. Fucking A.
Good night. I'm Xing out, all right?
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine. I'm out after this.
I know. All right. Peace, bro. Later, guys.